The following is brought to you by the People's National Party.
Make the trumpets play. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. To get champion, we can do it together. When we look at the future of precipice, we see Jamaica needs the vision of the PSP. People said the bag of promises, them can't carry go shop. And the crime rate getting higher, wonder when it does stop, comrades. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. To get champion.
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National Party.
The scale of dealing with anti-corruption issues. So there is a learning curve that we are going through. What is important is that the government supports the development of the institution so it can accelerate very quickly on that learning curve and provide the resources so that they can move very quickly on the learning curve, and that the government does not intervene or interfere. And that message goes to the opposition as well. Leave the anti-corruption and policing agencies to do their jobs. So why you come to me with that foolishness, you know? You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right start that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
Hello, welcome. Blessed Friday. Blessed Friday to those in television land. Blessed Friday to our silent supporters. Blessed Friday to everyone in the chat. Thank you again to everyone for tuning in. Really appreciate the continued support. And as usual, when you come in, remember to thumbs up the live. Share us out if you can. And if you're new to the channel, please show us some support by subscribing. That will be greatly appreciated. And the membership is still active for those who wish to join. Again, please keep in your prayers and thoughts everyone that is in the western end of the island that are in dire need. Please remember just to pray their strength and stuff, because we see that there's starting to be some health issues that has arisen. So, the condition there is not great. Tonight's topic is there a plan to suffer us, with your host, Mystic Sensation, and we will be joined very shortly by Melting Pot. Let me just go ahead and welcome those in the chat. Dorothy McCoy, Patel Cruikshank, Carla Ibanks, Yvonne Joy, Rosa, Falmouth Girl 2, Lacey, Angela Cole, Norma Hill, Kimitru, Namendednez, Donaje, okay. Wow, that's a tongue twister name. Paulette A, welcome, blessings. Without any delay, let me just hand over to Byron, who is going to start the discussion.
All right, thank you for that, honey. Once again, I want to say a big welcome to all of our listeners, right, home and abroad. Right, and we are here, right, dealing with the situation at hand, right, the devastation that Hurricane Melissa had brought on us. But we are resilient, of course, we are, and I can tell you, right, we will get over this, right. Now, we will be having Melting Pot for sure. Melting Pot will be signing on within the next 5 minutes or so. So Melting Pot will be tuning in, right? Once again, to all the peeps in the chat, big up yourself, right? Love you all. Now we have a various of a variety of sorry, a variety of topics, right, that we are going to discuss, right? Tonight we should begin with Buju love to Jamaica. Me and Buju is doing a lot, and we are going to get into that, right? We'll be touching on what $10 million can do, right? Now we'll be touching on corruption continues, right? Wonderful subtopic that we are going to delve into. Attempt to cripple, right, our criminal justice system. We'll be dealing with that as well. Andrew admitting failure in preparedness, right? Jamaica getting the love, and we were talking about the water table is rising in some parishes, right? But before we get into that, there's sad news that that is coming out now, right? The earlier news was that one person died from leptospirosis, but prior to us coming on, that now increased to 2 persons. So it simply means that a trend began. And remember, Jamaica people, right?
Crisis.
An health crisis is on our on. Health crisis. Jamaica people, you see how we spoke to the government, right, as it relates to the aftermath of Melissa. And we begged the government, right, on a consistent basis to evacuate the people from out of the contaminated zone, evacuate the people from out of ground zero, right, the path of the hurricane, people who, had received substantial, devastating damage, right? For some, trust me, going to take years to build back. But apart from, the physical destruction, the health factor, right, is going to be way more severe, right, and may result in many more deaths. Just think of that. And, while, the sad information is coming out, and I remember Andrew Holness, right, on one of his press conferences, was now shouting in the air that he would have graded himself to an A-. An A-, without not knowing the real devastation, right? And he had already graded himself A-, excellent performance. This is sad. This is sad. And so then we know that who is at the helm, right, is a totally mental retarded person who's unhinged, right? A total narcissist, right? It's crazy in terms of what Andrew Holness administration is doing to Jamaican people. I honestly want to say that our politics have been contaminated from 1997. From the introduction of Andrew Holness into our politics, that is when our politics really get contaminated until now. And we will not go into. We need a political exorcism, if I should call it that way. Because it seems as if we have taken over by evil. And it's reality. You have been taken over by 100% pure evil. And so, as I said, we need a political exorcism. It's sad. But, let us give some of the wonderful blessings of Good Samaritan in spite of this. we have good Samaritans, right? That I just want to show, right? The love that we are getting. And since Melting Pot is here, let me just have Melting Pot, right? I see a lot of the faces light up now since I'm see Melting Pot, you know. So let I just Melting Pot in the space. Melting Pot, come on, meet and greet your people. All right.
Is hearing?
Yes,
Yeah,
Melting
man.
Pot, are you hearing? All right.
Yeah.
Yes, meet and greet.
Greetings to everyone. Good night to y'all. Hope you're all having a great weekend so far. And looking for a more splendid way to spend your Sunday afternoon. Because right now we are just in a crisis where we have to just take one day at a time. I know Sunday are the blessing day. So give thanks and praise. So the weekend commence right now. We are here to start the ball roll. So first, I
All
must
right.
big up the producer as usual, Sir Byron. Our technical director, Lady Anne Marie. Everyone tuning in from wherever you are, far and wide. Hope you all enjoying your night so far, and hope it get better as we go along in the program. Over to your Mystic.
All right. Thank you, brother Melting Pot. But Jamaica, right, just let us show some love that pouring out to us, right? Before we get into, the cut and trust of our topics in terms of, getting into some of the investigation. But let us get, the goodwill and the good Samaritans out of the way, because we don't want, when we start, right, get they're exposed to any blow. So we want to just deal with our good Samaritans first, right, and send them off. Right. Let us begin with Buju, right, as it relates to, the extension of Buju love that he's giving to the Jamaican people. Right. I'm telling you, anyway, the Gargamel, trust me, big up yourself, me youth. Believe you me, you put out your all and all for Jamaican people. Love your Gargamel. Anyway, you're there, big up yourself. All right.
We got 6 cargo planes coming in now. There wasn't even a fly on board. The plane was packed from back to back. All medical supplies to make sure that those who are in need of medical attention receive it promptly. And the resources and equipment are there to accommodate that. Because now it's not about being selfish, it's about being selfless.
And like you said, Buju, we've never seen this. We've been through many disasters, but to see this kind of love and outpouring from the diaspora, from people who are not even Jamaican too as well, not you?
Yeah, because the intent was for us to place all our egg in one basket, but the bottom of the basket has fallen out, and we have shown them that we are the leaders of the country. We have elected fiduciaries to do a job, and for some strange reason, it's questionable. You know what I'm saying? But we, the people, have to stand up and show the fiduciaries that they were chosen to do a job, and if they can't do it, then we are going to do it.
And I love that. I love the way the Jamaicans are stepping up, even our entertainers stepping up. You, Buju, I saw you on the tarmac with a 737-800 series. That's a big plane.
Big plane, that man.
Wow, you're sending a lot of stuff here, don't you?
This one that's coming down this morning is only filled with medical supplies. So I went to see them off and make sure that, like I said, that there wasn't even a fly on board. The plane was packed from back to back. And it is all medical supplies going to places that are mostly affected, like the hospitals are in serious need of things right now to aid the people, to make sure that those who are in need of medical attention receive it promptly, and the resources and equipment are there to accommodate that. So that's the first thing that we want to do now. Tomorrow, we got 6 cargo planes coming in now.
Hold on, let me double check.
That's general supplies with generators and all that kind of stuff.
6 cargo planes you send down there, Buju? 6?
Yes, sir.
6 cargo planes. So this one coming today now with medical supplies that have like what, beds?
Supplies to the hospitals that are in dire straits.
Yeah,
let's deal with health first, because without health, nothing else matters.
Whoa.
Let's secure life, because when we can buy back or build back a house, we can buy back or build back life. So let us focus on health and get that going. Yes, and then tomorrow the general supplies will be coming home.
One more plane tomorrow again.
Yes.
Gargamel, you know normal,
the
you know.
next one
You know
after that
normal,
is
you know,
just the
Gargamel. You know normal.
scheduling the next one for just before Thanksgiving in our room. So, you know, my people can be we're gonna be okay. Trust and believe. We're gonna be okay.
Yes, sir. I know that. I know that. With a brother like you, Mark, what can we say, man? 6 cargo planes of supplies.
We have is the equitable distribution of these items.
No, that we worry
my
about.
primary concern, and we don't want it to be a partisan because no, it's not about JLP or PNP.
We've been living on the cloud
Oh,
ever since
take
Rhonda
it
said in the round.
away, my Jamaican people. Before I even go any further, right? Me a melting pot of a tune in panel one here. No, this is the man. This is the man. The Jamaica Labour Party megaphone came out to attack. Right? This is the man who's sending down 6 cargo plane, ton load of stuff. Why would Buju talking about few Starlinks, lying about, you know, stoves and how they want to put in, right, their narrative, right, to defame Buju Banton character, right? 6 cargo to Jamaica. Buju Banton stand one man alone, right? Stand and doing more than some countries donating. And this is the man, Darrell Vars and his minions, Darrell Vars and his set of criminals want to defame, want to wipe him in the mud. A so-called minister who are involved in all sorts of questionable issues want to come out and defame Buju Banton. Before we move on to any other Samaritans, let us have Melting Pot speak to this. Melting Pot.
Yeah, well, we know, say, you know, when I will get nothing of any great consequence from the Jamaica Labour Party right now, because it's just pure madness that are going on with, you know. Yeah. And I don't know if them find Buju to not be one of them allied, why, you know, them want to deal with Buju in this fashion.
Yes.
Because remember, you know, them don't embrace you unless you are with them, you know.
Exactly.
We know the way them operate, you understand? Now with Buju having all these cargo plane coming in, I think Buju must be looked upon as a great troubadour of Jamaica, you know, a son of the soil.
Oh, yes.
Man who care, you know, 100% for the people. And you hear Buju say it's not about GLP and PMP. It's about caring for the people in a time of need. So Buju now said them things to come, you know, create no political fanfare and to create no political mileage. Buju donation to Jamaica is to make sure no people in need get what they want out of the supply that him send, and him want to make sure no say him thing run good, transparency and over checks and balance pan the distribution. So maybe them find Buju now to be different from what them a look for him to be. Yeah, maybe them will want Buju call them directly and speak to them and, you know, say, all right, Pumvas, we have 6 planes come in, take care of them thing there. Now Buju not depend that. Buju deal with them thing like, oh, him know it's supposed to run. Yeah. Sending him donation, send it to him charitable organization of him preference to deal with them things. Yeah, him now make government have nothing to do with it right now. Because everybody, yeah, have a problem with this government in question. And the problem is they can't trust this government. This government has done so much to deter people. Yeah, so the people are finding ways of means of getting them thing into the country through charitable means and get it distributed. Them feel safer that way there. Yeah. So what happened on the day in question with the barrel them? We know for sure, so the barrel them come down seal. And we see, so the barrel them, go through process. Yeah. Even though Pumbaz, I said, it hasn't been through any process, it just leave the plane onto the truck to where it's supposed to go. But we see a different thing. Yeah. The barrel them tamper with in terms of whole heap of item come out of the barrel them. Half a barrel we are look on. And Buju must know we come down. And Buju now go make the problem. Yeah. No, the item them who him say missing, them missing. Because Buju have so much to give that him would make a problem. Him now seek no political mileage. Him now witch hunt the party. Him now do nothing of that consequence. What Buju deal with is help Jamaican. And the man feel cut up about the fact same things where him send come there for the people. Other people were not in that type of problem. People in them good job are steal from the people.
Exactly.
Yeah. And anybody would have feel cut up over that. Nobody would feel good over the process of what took place. Yeah. But when we want to know now, whoever the custom is, yeah, that preside over those barrels must be held accountable. That's why my buck stop. It stop right with the custom officer. Yeah. Whether one, two of them or whoever. And that's why it start and that's why it stop, Until you give me some solid, concrete argument about my stuff that I'm missing. Until you start sue some of them people, if me know them and me a budget, me sue them custom there, You don't have to tell me how my thing go. Because I know what my thing and start going out first and foremost. And I know, yeah, what come out of it. The custom have to know. The people them where they're on the custom, yeah. Them can't do the thing where people feel them are doing, No, the custom have to get authority. For you the way I do a little work around them. Because me go off and see them operate, And me have to stand up for my thing and let them know, so well, none of this to give it. Plus my pay feet already, I wouldn't give them nothing. I have to pay for the barrel them up Agley Park Road. And when I go off and I deal with my thing, I see how them operate. I be a begging to go and I make them know say nothing in the one barrel to give it. People it come for. So if you not there, them might man angle your stuff them. Like it belongs to them. They might take out what them want. Yeah. And them see what them want and them take what them want. Yeah. But who is Pumbaz now to come declare? Say, well then boy, basically Buju tell lie because him not get no complaint. 300 and odd cargo plane coming from international donor and him not get no problem from nobody. And him literally I say Buju tell lie. I'm a defend the work of them out of airport. We can't have that because Pumbaz never present this. So Pumbaz I'm yard now in bed or wherever I'm on there, The out of airport. And everything them go missing. Yeah. Pumbaz not to be the man to be a no investigation. Want to do no investigation on it. Yeah, because I don't know if you can stay where you live and do investigation at airport. Or if you have to go out there physically go conduct investigation. Well, certainly I've got to bring in forensic team. You know how which fingerprint upon the stuff them. But Pumbaz not have them capability there. But at that Pumbaz I tell Buju say, yeah, what you know me long time, me and your brethren. You should have called me instead of go on social media platform. Yeah. And I try to gain political mileage. Yeah. Basically that's what I tell Buju say. Yeah. Because I say Buju I bring the thing into disrepute. Yeah. I can't understand where I come from with that. The thing they're missing. And if you are the minister and you want to shed some light on it, you can't shed the light on it that way there publicly. If you hear about it, you're supposed to go over there and get mad on the work team over there. Because you must hear about it because it's on social media. So you should look on the significance of who Buju Banton is. You know, say that stalwart of a Jamaican, and you know, so him can give to the country. So you know want him to get in a situation where, you know, him feel in that mood that stop him donation or what we want to do for the country. So you gotta go out there now and you gotta shake up out there. Yeah, you gotta use the authority out there, so but not against Buju Banton and what Buju Banton say. Because it's not going in favor of what you want it to go. We not expect that from Pumbas. But you see when you put a guy at a place where you're not supposed to do this, so. Because him could in charge of my port them, you know. A man who can't travel can in charge of my port them. Yeah, if you have a certain condition in your visa to prevent you from travel, you can't in charge of the port them. You're a threat to the port them yourself. So the fact that them have this guy out there, so you know, say them place not run right. These are the things we are talking about. Yeah. Buju want checks and balance, you know. Because Buju say him want one thing I distribute. He want it distribute fairly. Yeah. So him no want it go through the government and so him have him charitable organization now we are dealing with him thing. But at the same time, him no want no say government worker out of airport going on thing and take with them to take out it because not send nothing for them. Them not affected. Them don't affect these people are alright. This is why we are talking about, you know. It's the love that we have as Jamaican. It's like we're gonna have love for ourselves. We're not have it for others. You understand? But then we make uproar like, you know, we in favor of things and each other's around. We no. It's like every man for himself in a Jamaica. And that mentality they may say. I mean, know the government create the culture there, you know. Yeah? One time gone, Jamaica was a place where everybody look out for each other. Your kids are grow, everybody look out for your kids and know so it grow right. Now we are see a different in that upturning that society where every man for himself because them change the landscape of the country, you know, and put it in a grab and flee situation. The handout mentality now. So you have to grab for yourself when you hear some things are given. And that everybody I do because them know so the government them not clean. And when them look on a gift are coming. And all of the gift them come to the government, you know. You have gift for come for go to charitable organization like Buju's thing them. Yeah. So you can't go in it like well then them that donor from outside sources where I get to the government. And even that you're not supposed to trouble because it's wrong. So Pumbas, you have to understand say you shouldn't get involved in this the way you get involved. This bigger than you right now. Yeah. And what you have to do as a minister, if you're in charge of them worker out there, so you go out there and you shake up where you're going out there. Can't be a thief in a going out of airport and off. And time come to barrel, come like these people and them swell. Them knows them want to see. It's like we're in the barrel where people send like at them a first choice and priority. Them want this, them want that. You send all perfume, they want to take all 3 buckle. And I tell you, say that coming there like the idiot. Because right now, them I tell Buju, we're coming in barrel, and Buju know when I'm barrel. Pumbala said the man, them not take nothing out of it. But we see the barrel, them off. Buju, them can't pop barrel like that, you know. Nobody no pop barrel like that. Why you not send 3 barrel then if you have so much space in the barrel, them over here see? You don't make it now 1 or 2. It wouldn't be 3 barrel, it's less than 3 barrel. A whole part thing the man them take out there. And Pumbal want make it look like all camp stove can't hold in a barrel. Eh? So I lie Buju tell. No stove no in the car, them stove can't. But hey, Pumbal, you have to go one side, man. People like Uno run down the country every day, you know. Because you don't know what you do. You lag ahead for the position. But we know say a dictatorship style around the place because you're not supposed to then nowhere near the port of entry them. You understand? Your lifestyle. You can't go near the port them. You're a danger to the port. But are you in charge or you want to show us now? You have all the police them. Wrap around your finger so the dance ship are going. Because if you can't do investigation now, then come like say, you know, you're a thing super than the police them because Buju to talk to you to where you say it's the amicable resolve. You don't know if you deal with it. But Buju go public, so it's like what? You not deal with it then. Can go public. And that's where I hear from you, know, and the tone that we are get from you. And we are saying that wrong. Yeah. Because we know say a police do investigation, you know. We know say you're a politician, you're a legislator. So me now look for you and take up this pan your head to work out the process now. Yeah? Because right now what you do is throw yourself and your government under the bus and show the entire world how to run the place. Oh, me have you as a minister go investigate my stolen goods them. We supposed to report that to the police. First, me go report to the airport because them have a police post out there. Yeah, so me I make sure no say me complain, you know, log out the so. Yeah, and me I go make sure no say me try and get back the things them somewhere somehow. Yeah. But the magnitude of a robbery go on, but you have to go public with it. Because Gaga may have him platform, may have him TikTok thing. You understand? The man I go just voice him opinion there. So if you hear it through TikTok and it not sound good, because what you want to know, but you mash up the image of the government and the relief program, then government outside of Jamaica don't know about that, man. Remember when Gilbert, everybody knows that the zinc them are selling, you know? Zinc will come to give away that sell. And remember, other things come in at a disaster period. Outside source knows that the government chop it. This is why the government now get what them to get right now. Nobody no want really give them nothing. You understand? So if you notice now, an organization group now, yeah, I deal with the government and Jamaica right now, you know. People like Bujo, people like Shaggy, people like the pastor, where they come in, man, them daughter lose them life. You know, may God rest your soul in peace and your daughter. Yeah, and may God bless the family. Yeah, and many more people. Yeah. And them people are charitable organization worldwide that help Jamaica. Government to government relationship, it's rotten. Yeah. One and two things come from government, yes. But not like one time to the scale of damage that Jamaica get. But here would have pour in. UK would have give more. But UK no say, what them do them is give money to, you know, Jamaica part of the Commonwealth. Yeah, our 2.5 million pound. Yeah, I think of that them they getting a 2.5 million from UK.
Million.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, but them should I get more. UK now give them not more, you know. UK now give them not more. Even though people have put out video on it on TikTok and I said this, that. Why you don't want to get a chopper government a vast amount of pound? You mad? Is that chopper government? Everybody know that. Remember them know say Andrew have 28 bank account and counting, you know. Them know same statutory declaration can't declare, can't certified. So no must feel like so well then government outside don't know about them program and listen them and know where going to Jamaica. Them know. Them embassy there, so them know where going. Them report back to them government. You understand? So the embassy them were in Jamaica like the British High Commission. Them report back to UK. Them tell the government in the UK what going on in Jamaica. US embassy do the same thing. Uncle Sam get the report. Canadian embassy everywhere have them embassy report back to them country. So them fully aware of how Jamaica run. Them know the government of the days of chopper government. Them know whole of them under investigation. Them a watch them know so them no good. Them know so them a criminal. Them watch how them operate, you know, especially the Prime Minister and them wife. So them know so the country have minister we cannot travel. And no secret to them. So them a look point and know so well they know the government are worse than the Taliban government. Worse than the Taliban government. Because the government is supposed to, a democratic government was supposed to can't travel, you know. We're not supposed to tarnish itself with corruption. But them have corruption till bully for them appear in a WikiLeaks. Remember James Roberts in a WikiLeaks? Yeah? Remember Crab in a WikiLeaks? Remember Pumvaz have problem with traveling, can't travel. Crab can't travel. Yeah? I remember minister like Derek Smith in wiretap. Yeah? BBC have him. I tell the man to cool off the things them, the gun shipping. So them know a whole heap of thing about the party. So them very scared of giving the government anything. So when Bujo send him thing, man, Bujo thing must angle with respect. And it must go through the right way. Yeah? Because Pumbas want to tell we all manner of evil. And we ask Pumbas to just show away the video surrounding when the thing them are go through the custom. But Pumbas basically I tell you, no, them never go through no custom. Them just leave off of the plane the same way and go up on the truck. So that is another red flag again, Pumbas. Pumbas, you're back against the wall, man. Yeah, you're back against the wall.
All right.
You can't wiggle out of this. And I yield back the floor.
All right. Thank you for that melting pot to point out those issues. So, all right, we are still on that first topic, right? And we said we are going to show the Good Samaritans who are giving to Jamaica. So let us just run through before we start to get into the deep dive investigation, because you know that's where the meat lies. All right, let us get into, right, just feature some of these Good Samaritans, right? All right.
Look for miles stock ready for ship. Look how much container over there. Look for vehicle. Look for box. Right now in a New York City for Utica. Look there. Look how the shipping company busy. Barrel, box. Look for box where I go to Jamaica. For you all child. Look how Dennis are going and pay things, Melissa, and make her in Jamaican people. Look there, look pan barrel all the way up. Me say, how much miles a barrel, you see it? Pay a barrel. People just a pop barrel, so. People just a get things a yard, so. All boat of the Caribbean country. Two barrel like dirt, man, I tell you. Two pan barrel. Me never see so much barrel yet. From the day America, I ship anytime at once like this. This is love. This is what people are do to make people get something in the time of trouble. Look.
All right.
The areas of need are very broad.
That put a smile on my face when we see, right, those barrels rolling out, right? And we realize that Jamaicans are well loved throughout the globe, right? And we stay connected to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, right? That we are helping out, right? Where the help need, right? Let us show some more Good Samaritans and then we move on again, right? Let us get into all of that, get this out of the way, right?
Is providing an initial $11 million US to support immediate assistance in hurricane-affected communities. That's the initial lift. This support is being provided to relief agencies, including the Red Cross, UN World Food Program, Samaritan's Purse, and Project Hope, and others, as well as direct assistance from the government, or direct assistance managed by the government. We have a DART team on the ground that is reviewing additional support with the government of Jamaica. The initial funding includes support such as emergency food supplies to an estimated 40,000 hurricane-affected people, installation of 6 water treatment systems, each with the capacity to provide 4,000 liters of safe drinking water per hour, emergency shelter materials, installation of static health facilities and mobile medical services to restore and increase access to primary health services, logistics and transportation support to help get relief supplies available in country to affected families.
Okay, my Jamaican people, why you think I am playing those clips? Now, let me tell you now. I am just showing the multiple of aids that we are getting. The multiple billions of dollars worth of aids. However, we have thousands of our people, right, still not getting the aid. We know that the government have $1 billion worth of aids, right, in their warehouse, somewhere, wherever they put them. But the equity in distribution is the problem. And you hear press conference from press conference, and they're talking about logistic errors, right? So that these aids can reach the people. We've gone over 2 weeks, and the government still not able, right, to reach all of the people. And in some instances, right, these aids given by the government being politicized. This is no joke. Being politicized and people being marginalized with all the tons of aids that they have, right? You have seen that these people are getting help, not from the government, let me add, but they're getting help from likes like Buju Banton, entertainers, people who love Jamaicans, right? You're getting help from Coolers, Cameron, and getting help from all other people. You are not seeing so much of the government giving that help, and yet the government have these aids in their positions. We have seen a situation in terms of how the aid being politicized. And let me speak of this. Colonel Charles Jr. and his sister, right? Michelle Charles, you have lost the election. The people voted you out, Michelle Charles. We have seen a Chinaman, right, taking the much needed aid and give it to Colonel Charles Jr. This is what we are talking about now. And it appears as if now Colonel Charles Jr., right, now giving his sister, right, some of those much needed aid. And where it is going to be politicized, right? And has been politicized, where the person is saying is as a result of Michelle Charles, why they can eat and drink. That is a disgrace. That's a disgrace. That's a disgrace. That you don't understand the people plight, what they are going through. Right? And you are now telling the people, right, that it is because of Michelle Charles. We want to see how many of those aids Michelle Charles provided. We want to see how much of those aids Michelle Charles provided. Michelle Charles need to come out and state in Jamaica, okay, I provided these aids. Not even yen you not provide. When you have lost the election, what did you do, Michelle Charles? You left Jamaica and gone over United States to your well longing for home. You remember that? You remember that? Stop playing politics with the people in life. It is your family that destroy many Jamaicans' life. Your father have taken over thousands of acres of land, sabotaging the people's livelihood, and you come back and rub up, take out your thinking self and move yourself, man, and stop and rub up with Jamaican people. Go back to the United States. You're American. Out of order. Bringing in politics into this. Tell the Jamaican people how much aid you provided. You personally provided. And you and yours like a kleptocratic government. Right? Want to defame Buju Banton. Right? The man who they bring in 6 cargo. Tell me how much cargo your poopa bring in. Michelle Charles. Come on, me talk to you. How much cargo your poopa bring in? How much cargo your brother bring in? How much cargo any of your family bring in? When you jump on the people them aid, mix up yourself. You not even buy 1 bottle of water. Take away yourself, man. Take away yourself. We are going with that. We vote you out. The people don't want you. And no matter what you do, no matter what Andrew Holness do, and that is one of the reasons why Andrew Holness have take away ADPEM. This is one of the reasons why. So then that the hate now can give in to people like you, behind the door, behind the curtain. You understand? For you to go and sell narrative. No, if it is not the Jamaica Labour Party, you wouldn't be eating and you wouldn't be... Hey, look here. Let me ask you, I want to ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Before Hurricane Melissa reached landfall, right? And the people have their dignity and pride. Did the people come to you begging you anything? Did you see the people on the street beg you anything? Eh? Did you see the people that have come to you? Right? Were the people that sleeping out the door? Were these people who you have now using their circumstances to hang it over their head? Were they suffering before Melissa? Were they suffering? Eh? And I am saying that you people are outed and nasty and corrupted. You are thief. You are set of criminals. Sick me too much, man. Now let us play Mark Golin. And hear what a decent gentleman has to say about this. Let us play Mark Golin. Despicable. Let us play Mark Golin. Despicable. Right? To say the least. Naughty with their politics. All dirty politics. And at the same time, acting as if they are not putting politics before people's life. That's what you are doing. Politicizing the disaster. They have no shit.
We must also demand transparency and fairness in the distribution of all relief. The relief must get to those who need it, prioritizing those who need it most, whether they be of whatever political color or whatever demographic group they may belong to. They are all Jamaicans, and they are to be treated equally in this time without any form of discrimination or tribal politics coming into it. And we want to stand for that. There can be no place for partisanship or profiteering by political insiders or others connected to them at a time like this. It requires good governance, inclusive governance, authentic communication, and everyone working together.
Takes away. My Jamaican people, let us speak. This is common decency. Decency coming from our Golden. Right? But the reprobate government that we have, the kleptocratic government that we have, showing their colors more and more that they are indeed a set of vulture. Right? Can you imagine? A set of vulture. Right? Ready to prey upon the weak. Ready to prey upon the weak and suffering. This lady is talking about, right? It is Michelle Charles. Right? Through Michelle Charles, they are able to eat and drink. Are you serious? Are you damn serious? Eh? Show us one barrel that Michelle Charles, right, donate through the airport. Show us one barrel, one.
You know, it would be a big PR moment for them.
Right? Now, Mark Golden personally donated. What Andrew Holness donated, the Jamaica Labour Party and their members of parliament, as it relates to the Jamaica Labour Party, is a set of scavengers. Set of scavengers. And that's no joke. Now, let me show you that the Jamaica Labour Party has no sympathy, has no empathy, and no care for the people. Likes like Desmond Mackenzie, likes like Andrew Holness. They are scavengers. Real scavengers, political scavengers. Let us show you why. Now, let us go to what $10 million can do. Right? We are traveling down here. All right. Let us get into that. Now, melting pot, the Prime Minister taking an helicopter.
Yeah.
And he had flown over the corridor of Melissa. He knew the extent of the damages and see the ripple effect of Melissa. But look what the Prime Minister, who so-called of sympathy and empathy, look what the Prime Minister is offering. Look at this, melting pot. Look at this. Look at the Prime Minister.
Across the island, our first priority has been to deliver food, water, and medical support to every affected community. But we know that beyond these essentials, the greatest need is now shelter. Too many of our brothers and sisters have lost the very roofs over their heads. To address this urgent need, I am announcing a building support program for households in the most affected parishes as follows, and this will be an MP-driven program. Again, St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, Trelawney, $10 million will be allocated to each constituency in those parishes. You know, there was a debate in this house about whether or not any distribution to MPs should be done on a constituency basis equally. And I am of the view that every seat is equal. But in a disaster, that cannot hold. And I hope that MPs who were not as badly affected will not put pressure on me to make increased allocation. For St. Anne, Manchester, and Clarendon, $5 million will be allocated to each constituency. $3 million per constituency. I think it's a fair distribution based upon everything that we have to go through.
Him think that is a fair distribution. You wanna hear that?
You want them to get cardboard
Jamaica.
and cut out windows and doors.
Jamaica. Have you heard that? The man of sympathy. The man of empathy. The man who want, to provide shelter. Always talk the talk, but never walk the walk. Always talk the talk, but never walk the walk. The PR, the scamming, what I just had gotten out of the Prime Minister is a skillful technical operator. That's why I'm finding himself in a cash plus and holding. Doing what? Robbing investors. Thief. Liar. So some of them don't, particularly one piece of drug entertainer, don't like when we call him Prime Minister thief. Liar. But he's a thief. And he's a liar. Now, let us show how one of his GLP operative is saying to him. Let us show that. Show what his GLP operative is saying to him. Let us show that.
Look for me good. I'm want to observe everything with me say, youth. When I hear about Mandela, Chilan, Christian, and straight labor, right, my friend. I get me youth. And one thing I can tell you, people, no open their eye and look. So I can tell you, no brawling. And just look what I go around them. Man, I come for news and I come telling about Ingo donate $10 million. What the fuck is $10 million, bro? Brother, I look at TikTok at them when I see on TikTok. Better than your youth. Brawling, me I tell you. You get me? And it's a die-hearted labor right, I tell you this. Man wanna lock up like all Vibes Cartel and them thing there, bro. Look how much money the man blood clot donate to the thing. You get me? I say Shaggy. Bro, God, you know no class with nobody, bro. I big guys them America, brother. And Israel and them place, bro. Program your youth. I program your youth. And I sell you out, youth. Brawling. Youth me feel it to me bum buckler at a hot dog. I try man even know youth. To me feel it to my heart, youth. I want to know open up on the eyes and the labor right hand. Look. I want to know open up on the eye and look, youth. Man, sell you out for 30 pieces of silver in my G. Youth no go see what go come. They tell you no brawling, them man don't go care about themselves and them family. And so look at jingle bell where they around them, where I eat half of them. You see enough of JDF man them and the police them. Members say don't have enough family them too, want feed. And I want order everything around under. It's like basically and Jamaica, you know, say if you not behave a grave. Just look into me and try to tell them, say, youth, no wise. I tell the youth, oh no wise. I remember, you know, the cycle go turn, bro. The cycle go turn, man. Just believe, man. One thing my vision, I'm going to tell you my vision. You see same JDF and the same police squad, and them go turn against him, man. Just give him some time. I left everything in a God hand, man. Just believe, youth. I want a wicked blood clot, boy.
Yes, Jamaican people. You have heard it from one of his supporters telling him, God on time. God on time. Now let us show you, right, as it relates to how Andrew Holness loved the Jamaican people. Let us show you. Let us play. Right? Yeah. Let us show you how Andrew Holness extended loving the Jamaican people. Let us show you.
Good night, Western Westmoreland. So I just came off the road and I made a commitment to you that on this journey to rebuild, we're going to have regular and frank conversation and we're going to come out of it with solution. But I want you to always understand the job that I do as a member of parliament and some of the things that I wrestle with daily. So let me get you up to speed. So the government sent $1.5 million a week or so ago for care packages. 1.5 million can only buy 300 care packages. I just want you to understand 300 care packages for 300 families. That's number one. Number two is they send another 1.5 to buy another 300 packages. So government has provided a total of 600 packages for the entire constituency. 600. I want you to follow me, 600. Now, I decided more or less that I don't want you to come and you go into a line and you stand in the line and people start shouting and fight broke and people start getting hurt or people feel embarrassed or all of those things. I want to take it to your home and give it to you at your home. So what we have started to do was to pack. And number two is we're going to start taking out the care packages to you. Here is the problem that we face though. In Negril Division, which covers Broughton, Mount Airy, and Orange Hill, Negril Division, there's 2,700 houses in Negril. I want 2,700 houses in Negril. And I want you always remember that it's 600 packages government send, But in Negril alone, there's 2,700 homes. In Grangeville, there's 3,228 homes in Grangeville. In Sheffield, there's 3,535 homes. In Little London, 3,152 covering Broughton and parts of Little Bay. In Friendship covering Burn Savannah, Solas, Red Hills, Blue Wary, Bathmount, all of that, 2,800. So in all in the constituency, we have 15,415 homes. 15,415 homes. And government sent us 600 packages. Now I want to say thanks to the entertainment fraternity. I want to thank Ramesh. I want to thank The Angel. And I want to thank all the artists that have come to Westmoreland. It just seems to me that the artists, number one, and two is the charitable organization, are doing more than the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. They're doing more. So I have 15,415 homes, and the government sent 600 packages. So this would be 15,415 families, and I have 600 packages. Luckily for us, we have some charitable organization making donations and allowing me to pack. So we're packing, but there's no way we can find 15,415 packages when the government only sent 600. I want you to follow me, I want you to follow me. And there goes my predicament. So while I was out today, and I decided to help some Jamaicans who happen to be of a different political persuasion, I hear one of my own supporters said to me today that the same finger that put you in is the same finger that can take you out. But I come home and it's now after 9. And I just want you to know that I have a conscience, and every night when I come home, I have to wrestle with my conscience. But at the end of the day, I know that I did some things for my country and for my fellow man. So I just want everybody to know I'm a Jamaican first, I'm a comrade second, and I go and help whether JLP or PNP. When we start the distribution in the next couple of days, we're going to help every single family possible that we can. But I just want you to remember, it's 600 packages the government sent for 15,415 household. Have a good night. Have a good night.
All right.
So I'll stay here and try and wrestle some more with my conscience and why my
people. When you sit at home and you listen to this, and you know for sure, as it relates to the billions of dollars of aids that we have gotten, and you hear Mr. Hills telling you what the government is sending in the constituency, it's a shame and disgrace. Now you tell me that the Prime Minister and his administration know the impact of the hurricane, the catastrophic damage that have been done. And the Prime Minister, as it relates to what Ian Hale said, that the Jamaican people, the Samaritans, the good Samaritans, are doing much more than what the government is doing. The government getting millions of dollars. The government getting tons upon AIDS. As a matter of fact, right? I forgot to show you one of the clip, right, with the amount of AIDS. And look what the government is sending into the constituency. Look at the amount of AIDS, people. Now look at this. Jamaica.
This is the front lines of Hurricane Melissa relief prep in the Miami area to get to Jamaica. We've got everything from beans to soup, pasta. They've got hydration packets, ramen. All of this is being packaged up, put into boxes, onto pallets that will be making its way to the island nation. But here are the curveballs that Jamaica is facing right now. The airports are starting to open, but of course, we're now coming up on about 24 hours after landfall and after Melissa made its way off of the island of Jamaica. We're hours behind in terms of when you would ideally want to be able to get aid right into those communities. So they're going to start getting those flights moving as quickly as possible. And in addition to that, they are going to be taking a bunch of supplies, putting it onto a cargo ship. But that is not something that can move super quickly. And so what we're told by Jen, this organization, is that the boat is going to take about 5 days to get from the U.S. to Jamaica. Those cargo shipments by plane are going to be going in the meantime to try to get supplies to people as much as possible. Beyond the immediate urgent food needs, we're also told by Jen that they're thinking about people who will not have a place to live, will not have a roof that would have been blown off by the power of that Category 5 hurricane. And so all of that is being considered. Again, this is just one organization's team, and you can take a look at this warehouse. Of course, they've helped out with other natural disasters, with other crises around the world. This gives you an idea of what they've got going on here in Doral, Florida, just outside of Miami. This is their warehouse, a lot of supplies here, and they are right now racing to get much needed aid to the people of Jamaica.
Now, Jamaica, I show you that to show you that this government is 100% pure evil. 100% pure evil. It is not like they don't have the hate to give. But they use press conference, PR after PR, politicize it. Right? Talking about logistics, talking about road to clean up and all of this, and they go on and go on while people are suffering, people are dying. People need water, people want food. And believe you me, the lifeblood of those, the life engine of those people are like the coolers, the Cameron, another help that they are getting, Buju Banton, right? You name it. So at the end of the day, right, you have seen certain things as it relates to checks and balance, right? And people who are helping, good Samaritans who are helping. So I am saying to Jamaica, be aware, be cognizant of this information, and know that the Prime Minister is horrible. His administration, correct. And so then what they are selling now is the politics to have Michelle Charles going out there, right? Telling the people that they are getting food as a result of the Jamaica Labour Party administration. They are getting help. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Tell us how much Andrew Holness has donated. Tell us how much Andrew Holness himself has donated. How much the GLP party has donated. Nothing. Now let me just seal back and bring back Melting Pot in the space. Pot.
Yeah, you know, say this thing, you know, it'll give me a bitter sweet taste in my mouth, you know.
Yes.
Bitter for know how the government a lie and I deal with the people. And it's sweet me to see the amount of donation we are coming to the country.
Exactly.
You know? And I remember just the other day, the Prime Minister put out a thing about in the coming weeks when the supply becomes depleted. The supply can't get depleted when we see for a mighty long time. But Andrew unless I come with them narrative that like so well then, you know, him a limited resource him have. The man have overwhelming resource at him disposal.
Exactly.
Yeah. But what we are talking about, you know, Sir Byron, yeah, I want the people them to understand. You see our little Jamaican people, them, some of them, the green one, them, the Maras one, them, we are go around and you know, politicize this thing and attack Labour government. Labour government not go no shit. Labour government not go no nothing. Who no fear tank could bypass them and them not acknowledge the people we are sending the gift them. We depend this thank you, Michelle Charles, Michelle Stinking Charles, Thiefing Charles, Garbage Charles. After the election, I'm sure now no see our video where she post. You know, how relief it is for her for the back of her home in Florida. Where she call home. You understand? So we know them that come with them type of political, you know, football itinerary of them. Because right now, to me, Andrew Wall is like the Fox and Melissa mash up Jamaica. And that me see. I mean, I call a spade because so me talk, you know. Me not go around the bush, you know. Me tell people where am I in our feelings, you know. You understand? And women understand what me say I go on. Andrew and the Labour government glad for Melissa because right now a windfall profit them are gonna make from this. All of the money them when me see are come in, yeah. We just see $11 million donation from US, yeah. You convert that in a Jamaican currency, a whole heap of money I talk about. We know about all the supply them where coming, the generator, everything like that, the medical supply, the food supply, the water, eh? And this man I go on like say nothing there for the people them stingy with it because I want to steal to put in them wholesale and them supermarket. And figure them member of parliament and them constituency to have as handout to bring the people to them. Because Andrew I use this right now to start mobilize himself and them part of the steal the next election. Yeah, local government election coming up soon. And them start them campaign. Yeah. Local government election due in a next year, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. And the 2 year cycle that people need to understand where Andrew go with this. Yeah. Cause we see people like George wrong, you know. We see him down at Dwayne Vaz place. Operate at the space where Dwayne Vaz supposed to operate. Michelle Charles out there, she no win no seat, she for go inside. And the member of parliament, Rosemary Shaw, supposed to deal with them thing there. But what them a do, them a victimize the People's National Party representative. Them, if you notice, a two tune are playing at Jamaica right now, you know. The Labour right, them a sing and dance. While the PNP, them just stand up, lean up with them and pan them jaw. Remember this thing and no Labour government to provide not for Jamaica. This a kind-hearted Jamaicans and non-Jamaicans alike. People who have Jamaica interest at them heart. Because you have people who never come at Jamaica but love Jamaica and check for Jamaica and will do anything to help Jamaicans. You understand? Nothing now come from the government, you know. But the government have it now. I play a political football with it. Yeah? I want to steal the majority of the things them. And you come out and talk about when the thing get depleted. This can get depleted for now, the amount of barrel we I see. Yeah, we line up when a ship off yet, plus we're in the country already. When we look on the logistic warehouse a while ago, the things them we see, how them are mobilized, them are sent on cargo ship, plus them are going to send on cargo flight. Yeah. So we Andrew tell the people, I lie Andrew tell the people, but this is why I'm getting rid of ad pem. Because I don't want to checks and balance, you know.
Exactly.
This now where Andrew have at him disposal, you know. If you check the warehouse them down in West Kingston, yeah, down pan Industrial Terrace and down at Newport East. Down there them place a ram. Check Gallimore warehouse. It ram. That there is son of a dead man Mackenzie. And if you check other warehouse in some boy constituency like Crab, it ram out. But what am I do now? One-sided affair. One-sided affair politics them a play now. And you can't play politics with crisis. You can't play politics with donation gift. That's why I tell the people them son, no wall off on the gift, man. Too much thing there in Jamaica right now, man. We don't can't pack up too much butter and cheese round rat and cat, man. Yeah? We don't can't do it. We know no want do it now. Hold on for the thing them, man. You understand? I mean, don't care who want vex and who want see them want say, no. Too much goods there in Jamaica right now. And if you continue to flood the place, who forget it now, get it. It go places where it's not supposed to go. Because remember, you know, we see up a Pernell Charles Jr. place, you know, where the Chinaman come dump off, you know. Yeah, and as a result of that, Michelle Charles get things for us hand out and people start mention Michelle Charles. You understand? But nobody not supposed to talk about the Charles family because they're a criminal. Michelle Charles, Pernell Charles Jr. and the daddy, all of them are criminal, you know. Yeah. And right now, I'm here to talk this up by people. Right now, we shouldn't even have them discussion here, you know. Just this kleptocratic, nasty government to make we have to talk like this. Yeah. Because what them have now, them have a situation now, you know, what them are using, you know, because them know always stay. Yeah, them know we are going to target this operation, yeah, while other issues are slip through. You understand? And that them are doing, you know. That's why you see them have run round and I deal with the thing the way they are deal with it and want push back people with good ideas. Yeah, Mark Golden come up with a good idea. Yeah, Mark Golden want a task force out there. You understand? While Andrew talk about selected committee we have already from in a parliament. Yeah, for checks and balance. No, we can't have that. We want the policy where Mark Golden prescribe a task force out to comprise of people, yeah, from all walks of life in a society where them choose like the umbrella group of churches and other organizations, yeah, for preside over the things that may come to the country. Because Mark Golden and many people know say, if you don't have no checks and balance, Andrew them rich off of this again, super rich again. You understand? That's why I see the whole of them having a fanfare. Where look, you see all athlete foot and the whole of them pack up in a Trelawney the other day, round over. Yeah, you don't expect them to spread out and take care of them needs. So you see, say, athlete foot constituency in the damage, because should have did it. Yeah. Delano Seabright constituency up a Reddles Road, it no damage, because would have up a film place attend to it. You understand? The whole of them pack up round over. Yeah, because that's something now where them can use now to mobilize them party again, because them know them party take a battering at the election, them have to steal it. Them know them was battered at the election, September 3 gone. You understand? So them know so this now we are going to use it and mobilize the base again. Yeah? When them people over there so hand pan them jaw, our people supposed to sing and dance. Yeah? And then now you have a man like where you hear Ian Hills attack say, remember the same thing I will put you in and take you out. Piece of shit if you're real comrade, you not say that. Garbage if you're real comrade and you know where I'm going, you not say that. You know so the government have victimized Ian Hills. You understand? And now give him nothing. Yeah, hear the man say 600 care package. Yeah. While him have 15,415 houses. That give you a balance of 14,815 houses but can't get nothing. What you want Ian Hills to do? The man can't make bread out of stone. The things them come and Andrew them a hold on pan it. And you don't see that. To voice your opinion and put out a post. You attack Ian Hills about the same finger we put you in, we take you out. Piece of shit. If you come ready, you not say that. Because you don't know where I'm going. Somehow not done to the politics, you know. And we are telling us on the listen program like round you so and understand where I'm going in Jamaica. Listen program like Wayne Lonesome. Listen program like Rattigan and understand where I'm going. You understand? When the government, central government, we are run the place, yeah, it's a kleptocratic government like the one where we currently have in Jamaica. You will have victimization, They will carry out that, your queen say, nobody now get the money to spend. Listen and learn. What Ian else can do? The nasty prime minister give the man 600 care package. The man have 15,415 home to take care of. You do the maths. The man still have 14,815 houses when he can't touch. But look on the amount of things where they are Jamaica. And remember, but just a show no say, and everywhere in Jamaica get damaged the way where relief are going on the scale of what we see come at Jamaica. Because the land of Seabright constituency did mash up. Him wouldn't there Trelawney round Trovel. If athletes foot place did mash up a Cavaliers up above Rock and them places. Shouldn't they down there? Should have mind our own business. You understand? The place will get damaged and where the eye and Melissa run through. Yeah, and run pan the North Coast, run a Portland, St. Mary. Yeah, but when you talk about devastated era ground zero, you have to talk about St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Hanover. You understand? And St. James. But them place to now get the aid the right way. It only go in a section of the constituency. And then which part them know the PMP stronghold there. Them neglect them places there. You understand? Because them play political victimization. So you, Mr. Shit, we are tell Ian about the same finger. We put you in, we take you out. Go and go vote for the Labour right them. Because you're a Labour right. Real manlyites would not say that when you come out of your mouth. You don't know so well, then you know where you're going, where the government are deal with. When I say Andrew Wallace and the minions are deal with. You don't know that for yourself, nobody now have to tell you. So you don't make wait and murmur that and know so well then. Through God. Yeah. Deliverance will come your way. You understand? Because it must come in. Because we there around here, so we are going to point it out. We are going to force them to make the thing them happen the right way. Because right now, them under pressure, Because we are expose them to the world. Me, I tell the world, say, £1 of things in our logistic hub. Won't have them. Don't send no more come get an answer government for right now. Too much thing that they them now distribute. And the more you send, and the more them are going to rob. Yeah. Because Andrew now giving no bulletin as to the amount of money them, but we have seen them pop up. We have seen the donation figure them. Yeah. And 11 million US dollar, it no mean in a goods, A liquidity cash that 11 million US dollar that a liquidity cash. It never said donation in terms of supply and food and all them things that are medical. This is 11 million US in a cash. Remember, him have the insurance bond fund. Yeah? Him have the CRRF 70 million again, and the 150 million and 220 million US that. And counting, and say Andrew have a bag of money slump on right now. But what Andrew do? Andrew make it look like him not have nothing. Andrew make it look like nothing come to him distribute. Andrew make it look like so well then, the country now have nothing to give to the people. There's so much in the country right now, Andrew not making it reach a place where it to go. What Andrew do, make the people ball. Andrew make the people ball. Yeah. And then now start to turn against the member of parliament. But we don't have no need to do that. We don't have any need to do what we do. If we don't understand the politics, we don't know what Andrew Wallace and the Labour Party do. And we are said to the people outside of Jamaica. Yeah, we know we don't have the love and we don't have the kind heart for Jamaica right now. But just go and keep the thing them, yeah, as a pledge. Store them. Don't send them in right now. Too much up on the ground. I don't know where I go on it now distribute. Politics I play with it, and we can't allow that. I yield back the floor to your brother Byron.
All right. Let us get into right. Okay, all right. Someone asked us to replay a clip. We are going to replay that clip and then we get into the program. So Yes, wifey, go ahead and do that replay.
Brawling, me I tell you. You get me? And it's a die-hearted labor right I tell you this. Man wanna lock up like all Vibes Cartel and them thing, bro. Look how much money the man blood clot donate to the thing. You get me? I say Shaggy. Bro, God, you know no class with nobody, bro. I big eyes them America, brother. And Israel and them place, bro. Program your youth. I program your youth. And I sell you out, youth. Brawling. Youth, me feel it to me bum buckler, hot dog. I try man even know youth. To me feel it to my heart, youth. I want to know, open up my eyes in the labor right hand. Look. I want to know, open up my eye and look, youth. Man, sell you out for 30 pieces of silver in my G. Youth, you go see what I go come. They're telling no brawling, them man don't care about themselves and them family. And so look a jingle bell where they run them, where I eat half of them. You see, enough I JDF, man them, and the police them. Members say, don't have no family them too, want feed. And I want order everything around under. It's like basically Andrew make you know, say, if you not behave a grave, just look into me and try to tell them, say, youth, no wise. I tell the youth, oh no wise. Cause remember, you know, the cycle go turn, bro. The cycle go turn, man. Just believe, man. One thing my vision, I'm going to tell you my vision. You see, same JDF and the same police squad, and them go turn against him, man. Just give him some time. I left everything in a God, man. Just believe, youth. I want a wicked blood clot, boy.
Right. There you have it, my Jamaican people. Right? Got on time. Now, based on all the aid that we have seen coming into Jamaica, and then the next thing, you know that Andrew Holness grab up at PEM. The reason for that was to the fact that ADPEM was calling out Andrew Holness' weaknesses, right? And poor response to Hurricane Melissa. And so then that is how now he manangle, right? ADPEM, taking over ADPEM, right? Because he wants to avoid checks and balance, and no one, you understand, should call him out on his weaknesses. Now listen up. Let us go to the Gleaner. Not a good move, and they warn him. They warned him. But it's bro God the Barabbas, who's selling out the people for 30 pieces of silver. Not a good move. Owners admin taken to task by experts over management change at ADPEM. The expert, Andrew Owners, is no expert. Right? A leading disaster mitigation specialist and a social development specialist have both cautioned against placing the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ADPEM, under the jurisdiction of the Office of the Prime Minister, arguing that it was not a good move. But Andrew Owners made the move because it is to make a political statement. It is to control, right, a geographical area that he wanted to map out, right, that really did not in support of the Jamaica Labour Party. I'm going to show you the evidence. There is no so-called doing geopolitical mapping. And so then he can control the narrative. And that is one of the reasons why you see now Michelle Charles starting out that narrative. So you can understand the move in terms of taking over ADPEM. So that distribution can be directed as it relates to Andrew Owners. People be aware. Local government election is also coming up. And so, right, this must be used again, right? Now, this is nasty gutter politics. Now, as it reads, not a good move. In a statement to Parliament on Tuesday, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Owners announced the change, contending that the realignment would establish a single point of emergency logistics and further tighten coordination with relief partners. With the change comes the appointment of Jamaica Defence Force Commander Alvin Gale as Director General of ADPEM, while the former acting head, Richard Thompson, has now been reassigned to the Office of the Prime Minister to assist in the establishment of strategic frameworks and systems for the national relief and recovery. People, wanna make this make sense. Wanna make this make sense. No. If you are to say that you are going to change up the control or the management of ADPEM, right? Because ADPEM, right, might be to what you are saying, right? You said that it is for realignment. But isn't that you want the best people in ADPEM? No. Wouldn't that you want the best people who can manage, who have the experience to manage ADPEM? You take Commander Alvin Gale, who have no experience, Andrew Owners. Look on this paragraph, what you are saying here, Andrew Owners. Let me read it over to you. This is what you are saying, Andrew. With the change comes the appointment of Jamaica Defence Force Commander Alvin Gale as Director General of the ADPEM. Remember, he doesn't have any experience. He doesn't have any experience. Now, while the former acting head, Richard Thompson, is now being reassigned to the Office of the Prime Minister to assist in establishment of strategic framework and system. So if you are going to put him here to assist for establishment of strategic framework and system for national relief and recovery, the question now, what Alvin Gale is going to do? See it here, you remove, see it here, Andrew Owners, you remove Richard Thompson, right? And you reassign him to do what? Strategic establishment of strategic framework. So he's the strategist. This is what you are saying. He's a strategist. Establish of strategic frameworks and systems for national relief and recovery efforts. So then, Andrew Owens, how does that make sense? That you take the most experienced person of the two, the man who is the strategist, you take him from Adpen, and you put now Commander Alvin Gale there who don't have the experience like the strategist. No, so then now, so tell me now, Andrew Owens, how does this make sense? Tell me how this makes sense. So you move out, right? Richard Thompson from out there, right? Because definitely now you can instruct Commander Alvin Gale to do any of your bullshit, and him can't tell you no. Him can't say no to you. So what you are looking here now, Andrew Owens, is a yes man. You tell me, Alvin Gale, right, don't have any experience, and you move out the man who has the experience, and you are going to put him now, reassign him to the OPM, right, to assist in the establishment of strategic frameworks and systems for national relief and recovery efforts. How does that make sense, Andrew? How does that make sense? How does that make sense? It makes sense to us, right? If you are going to put a fool in there that you can trick and you can get now to rub up the stuff then. That's all we can say. Speaking yesterday at Radio Jamaica Beyond the Headlines with host Diane Jackson Miller, mitigation specialist Dr. Barbara Garby expressed surprise at the management change at the ADPEM in the middle of the response to the disaster caused by Hurricane Melissa. Just imagine, just like how you did call election in a COVID. This is what you have done, you know. Is another wickedness you have done here, so you know, Andrew Owens. You remember what you have done in COVID? Call election and how much people you get killed as a result of that. Expose them. Expose them to the virus. How many people you have gotten killed? And so you come here so now and repeat it in a different fashion. When we say you're 100% pure, trust me, I just want, look here. Let me just hold my tongue here, man. Now, Kirby, a former ADPEM Director General, said that based on the Prime Minister's comments in relation to the management change, the reasons are not convincing or logical. You know that me just say? That is what I'm saying. You move the man out of ADPEM who full of strategy, right? And put in someone in there who don't have any experience in the midst of a crisis. Kiss me neck back. That's why you're brilliant. And see you now, Kirby, a former ADPEM Director General, said that based on the Prime Minister's comments in relation to the management change, the reasons are not convincing, or neither the reasons are logical. But we understand why you're doing it. Because you want to thief. You talk it as it is, you know. Me not bite round on can and be politically correct. Raw me again. You want thief. So you put one idiot in there. You understand? So you can wave your magic one over female. That's what you did. Based on what the Prime Minister said, I see no reason to move it. She insisted, adding that there was already a single point of coordination, the National Emergency Coordination Center. She noted that in all emergency management doctrine, the Emergency Operations Center is the point from which our response is coordinated, but to come out and tell a dirty, nasty lie. Because you want to move out checks and balance. That's why you move him in and put him in your office. You want to move out checks and balance. And you put him in your office now, drip him up now under the political arm. And you handicap ADPEM. It is the same thing that you had carry on with in 2020. Right? Handicap the checks and balance system in Parliament when you moved the 49 members of Parliament and took over the PAC and the PAAC. You remember you doing that, Andrew? We have the evidence to show tonight. It's to show you your criminal intent to defeat and mash down checks and balance. Your criminal intent, sir. In everything that I am presenting, she's showing me that you are an AC criminal. Now, she said the National Emergency Operations Center as a space for the policy as well as the operational levers. Call him out, man. Call him out. It allows ease of communication between operation and policy level. So I am not sure why this realignment is going to change that. You hear that? When you create a narrative, you create a lie because you want to go thief. Further, can be reason that from an operational point of view, the person in charge of the National Emergency Center should have full authority and be able to correct persons if they make errors or do something wrong. But guess what? That is the reason why you put one nincompoop in it, one handicap. Because you handicap the system. With the Prime Minister leading the change, can be questioned whether the head of the National Emergency Center would have the courage to speak up. I got you right there. Think we don't know say that. You understand? Because you want control. You want puppetize. You understand? ADPEM. So they know the ADPEM director, what you put in there now is a yes man. Puppet on a string. So then now, you and him now can plan because your friend that. And say, yeah man, we have 10,000 we have 10,000 supplies. Right? Let me just dispatch 2,000. We can send 10,000, we can send 8,000 to the elites them, and we can convert them to cash. You understand? You can eat a food and me eat a food. Everything that you're doing here, Andrew Jones, is an eat a food mentality and suffer the people. So you put your friend in there. Let me show you your MO and remind you your pattern of behavior. That this is what you do to mash down system. Andrew Jones, let me ask you a question. Who did you put at FID? Who did you put in charge of FID? Come on, Jamaica, I'm going to know. In terms of what he's doing at PEM and what he had done as it relates to the PAC and the PAAC in 2020. The pattern of behavior, the MO, modus operandi of a criminal Andrew Jones. Who you put at FID? You put Guy Lizard at FID because you and Guy Lizard are friend. And Guy Lizard already voiced his opinion, right? That he doesn't see what you have done wrong. So when Guy Lizard done that, what? Well, me have to put you a FID, you know. Because me under investigation and right now, me can't explain my wealth. And since me can't explain my wealth, what you have got to know, you have got to do something for me. Come. Go FID. Right? We even raise your pay, raise your salary, and the kickback money that you have to go let me off. So if the previous FID director was getting 14 million, me I give you 24 million. These are the things that you have done, Andrew Honest. Your criminal nature and your criminal behavior. And this is what now you are doing at Penn. We are not surprised, Andrew Honest. You made an attempt to corrupt the judge, telling the judge to kick out the Corruption Act that deal with illicit enrichment. Andrew Honest, you think we don't know everything what you have been doing? We have been following you, investigating you, dotting all the I's and cross all the T's where you're concerned. Your criminal network. But we will never stop. God on time. Further, Gabi reasoned that from an operational point of view, the person in charge of the National Emergency Center should have full authority and be able to correct persons if they make errors or to do something wrong. With the Prime Minister leading the charge, Gabi questioned whether the head of the National Emergency Center would have the courage to speak up. She added, you run the risk of mixing up politics with operation. But let me add something there that Gabi did not add. You run the risk of mixing up politics intertwined with corruption. That is what should be there. At Jamaica House press briefing yesterday, the Prime Minister conceded that the capability and prominence of the ADPEM had waned over time. Can you imagine? But if that is true, that he had waned over time, the capability and prominence of ADPEM had waned over time. Explain up here, so now, Andrew Honest. Come, we can go back up here, so. Make you go back up here, so. Right? And we want you to explain this up here, so. Right? Where explain this up here, so. Because down there, so you said the capability of weighed over time. But you are going to take the same person and you are going to reassign him now to the office of the Prime Minister to assist in what? To assist in what? The establishment of strategic framework and systems. Who you take for idiot? Who you take for idiot? Your blasted criminal intent. Take that away on it. Take that away. Who you think you can fool? Let us remind you about this. Let us remind you about this, what you have done to the opposition. Put it up on it. Let us remind you about what you have done to the opposition and show Jamaica people who you are. Right? That you are somebody who try to move checks and balance to do your criminality. Editorial Reset House committees. Let us remind you about this, Andrew Honest. That the Gleaner call you out on this. The Gleaner call you out on this. When the new parliament convenes soon, in the aftermath of this week's general election, the newspaper look forward to Prime Minister Andrew Honest moving quickly to repair an error of his last administration as it relates to what you have done to the opposition. He must return the chairmanship of parliamentary committees to opposition members of the House and instruct his Jamaica Labour Party legislators to robustly participate in rather than frustrate the work of the committees. You criminal. Such a move will be good for Parliament's oversight of the executive and contribute to lifting the quality of governance. Him no want that. Him no want that. Especially in the context of the Prime Minister's owners, Jamaica Labour Party, right? Winning a third consecutive term in government, and the PM's warning to the team to avoid arrogance, which is a real danger of power and the longevity thereof. Currently, the Standing Orders Parliament Rule Book legislate the chairmanship of 3 of the 13 standing committees, the Standing Order Committee and the Committee of Privileges, which are to be headed, right, the Speaker and the House Committee, which deals with physical conveniences and comforts of the legislature, which is chaired by the leader of the House. You see what you have done, Andrew Honest? To your crooked. However, it is a long-standing convention that the Public Accounts Committee, PAC, and the Public Administration and Appropriation Committee are chaired by opposition members. The PAC, which reviews reports by the Auditor General as well as financial statement, because that is what you want to hide, by public bodies, while the PAAC's responsibility is the real-time oversight of expenditures of government ministries and departments. So you don't want the opposition, you understand, to look into the PAAC, right? Giving them the responsibility as it relates to the real-time oversight of expenditures of government ministries and departments. You don't want them to have that oversight. Because you want to carry out your criminality. However, parliamentary opposition chairmanship was extended to the other committees during the 2007 to 2011 administration of Bruce Golding, Dr. Owen's predecessors as leader of the GLP. It continued during Portia Simpson People's National Party administration 2012 to 2016. So under Bruce Golding, you understand, Bruce Golding allowed the opposition, you understand, to have oversight over the PAC and the PAAC. Portia Simpson came in and Portia Simpson followed it. Allow the GLP, right, to have oversight of the PAC and the PAAC. Right? When you were in opposition, Andrew Honest, you were one of the persons who sits on this committee, and I'm going to show the people them. So when you were in, when under Portia Simpson led government, Portia Simpson undid you the responsibility, undid that responsibility, right? Undid you that responsibility. But I'm going to give you your trickery in terms of what you accuse them of. But began to fall under stress after Dr. Owen's GLP returned to office in 2016. Began to fall under stress, right? Because you returned to office in 2016. And so then you did not sign the code of conduct. You understand? And decided that not only that, you are going to muzzle the Integrity Commission with Section 53, subsection 3. Also, you make move in 2020 to take away the PAC and the PAAC. You tell me if these actions are not criminal. You tell Jamaican people, Andrew Honest, if these actions that you have done, if they are not criminal. Now, 2 years into Dr. Owen's administration, his party, usually parliamentary talking house, Everett Warmington, called for the reversal of the arrangement in the face of an outcry by civil society organization. The government retreated because guess what? Civil society stopped you and said, no, it ought not to be done. No, it ought not to be done. Checks and balance need to be. But guess what? You still have it in your mind until it was raised again months later in October 2019. But by then, the then leader of the House, called Samuda, right, also raised that. The government, Mr. Samuda, said at the time, felt strongly that committees that deal with policies of the government members ought to properly to be chaired by government members. No, you're wrong. You can't the thief and want to investigate your own crime. You cannot be stealing and want to investigate your own crime. Public outcry again, cause an halt. Of course, public outcry is going to cause an halt at that. As I said, you can't want to be stealing and want to investigate your own crime. Among those who disagreed with the government's intention was Mr. Golden. You want GLP, former Prime Minister, right? Disagree with you, Andrew Honest. Bruce Golden disagree with you. Hear it. Among those who disagreed with the government's intention, right, to take over the PAC and the PAAC from the opposition leader, Mr. Golden, the GLP former leader, he gave a short shrift to the administration's concern that the opposition used their positions at the hem of the committee to make the government look bad. What do I mean, make the government look bad? If the government is not doing anything wrong, the government shouldn't have any fear, you understand, to want to look bad. If the government was honest and transparent in what they are doing, right, the government wouldn't have any fear to want to look bad. What is it that you don't want the opposition to reveal? What is it that you're hiding from the opposition? And to the fact that the opposition, right, is there to keep checks and balance, you are saying that you want to take it away because you don't want them to make the government look bad. You shouldn't be saying that if you're not a criminal. That's my point. You shouldn't be saying that if you're not a criminal. No. This is how Bruce Golden answer you, by balancing all the issues. There is, of course, the possibility that the opposition chairman will use his or her position to embarrass the government. Oh yes, Bruce Golden. So it is a possibility, yes, because you know it is the cut and thrust of politics. But such is the trust and interplay of parliamentary democracy, just as what I'm saying, the cut and thrust of the politics. Mr. Golden wrote in this newspaper, it is, let me quote him now, it is the responsibility of the government to seek to ensure that there is nothing, absolutely nothing about the government which it can be embarrassed about. That is what I'm saying, Andrew, honest to you. What is it that you're scared that you don't want the opposition to expose and you are going to be embarrassed? Well, Bruce Golden is telling you, right, that if you act professionally and you do what you ought to do, you shouldn't be fear embarrassment. That is what checks and balance are about. That is what Bruce Golden is saying to you. Unfortunately, that wasn't the end of the matter. No, look now, or you get dirty. Look how you get dirty now. Because 2020 now, you have your big win. And you have your 49 member now. Nobody can talk to you now. The opposition can't stop you. And through the opposition can't stop you. You're big and bold. You are going to now enhance your criminal self. This is what you have done now. After the 2020 general election, in which the JLP won in a landslide with 78% of Parliament's 63 seats, Dr. Honest ignored suggestion that he maintain the convention and entrench it in the standing orders. You are a criminal, Andrew Honest. Take that away. You're a criminal. You're a criminal, Andrew Honest. So then, this is the history, your modus operandi of your behavior, Andrew Honest. Your criminal intent to remove checks and balance because you want to commit your criminality. Let me kick back and put in melting pot. Melting pot.
Yeah, and everything where you just read out, it just a point to show you say a dictatorship the country are run under.
Exactly.
And this dictator no want no checks and balance. Yeah. Nobody enough to look upon him or overlook him.
Yes.
You understand? So we know it's a problem. And a big problem in Jamaica right now. Yeah. Because when you look upon, you know, the fact say this guy create a new team in charge of disaster management. Yeah. After dismantling ADPEM, him still go back for Richard Thomas, you know. Still go back for Richard Thomas. Yeah, to come set the framework. but then him argument was that ADPEM was winning. You understand? That means it never perform, it never good.
Exactly.
But you still take the man. No.
Yes.
Yeah, Richard Thomas. Put him in your office now as the strategic framework man. So I know him a go shape everything, you know, for them put into lie, you know. Him a the brain where them a use. But him a come from ADPEM originally.
Exactly.
You understand? But I just want, you know, shape a narrative. Yeah, as it relates to why I say Andrew Holness I do. To show people say he's a dictator and the country are run that way secretly and silently, but we are echo it. So if nobody no want to listen and learn and understand what we are tell them, good luck to them. You notice the man I move the people in from upper JDF and I strategically place them in a some sensitive civilian role in a society. Him draft it, Major Anthony Gugu Gaga Anderson, a dumb commissioner of police, a guy when don't know nothing about nothing where it relates to policing. Then him go and take old Lampile, Rocky Mead, yeah, and give him big position. Now you see him go draft for this guy, Alvin Gale. Now, we are telling people, I'm saying, people who work in a JDF as army personnel, them people are going to take command and act on command. Yeah, them not ask question. They take command and act on command and deliver command. Now that is what Andrew Holness want. Andrew Holness want to be the man in charge, the man who command everything in the country. Yeah, that's why I use man them from JDF unqualified for the position where I put them. That's why I have to take back Richard Thomas, you know, to set the framework now for Alvin Gale. So we can't have that. You understand? And the fact of the matter, when you see a guy in want checks and balance, you know him a criminal. Because here it is Bruce Gold in a pint out and I make him know, you know. So if you run the thing the right and proper way, you don't need to have no fear as it relates to checks and balance.
Exactly.
Do not trouble these committee that belongs to the people, the People's National Party as the opposition. Them supposed to be in charge of this responsibility in a parliament, yeah, as it relates to the PAAC and the PAC. You understand? That belongs to them. You don't need to move it from them if you know you do everything by the book. What are you afraid of? Bruce Golding tell him that, you know. But when Andrew called the bogus government election, not the pandemic, yeah, and win what them call a landslide, that was no landslide, yeah. But the fact of the matter, I'm winning 78% of the vote, yeah. I mean, at the parliamentary seat, yeah, which give him 49 out of the 63. Yeah, him no need nobody now. Him can just go ahead and do it. So what him do? All what Bruce did I recommend to him throw it in the trench. Him dash it away in the trench. Because you can't talk to him again, you know. I wonder if the Jamaican people ever follow me I go with this. This guy is running the country under dictatorship style for the longest while. But him know him can't go public with it like that. So what him do? Him tell you say him play chess. So him just a play the game of a dictator in disguise. But we see it and know it and we are call it out. We are point it out. Andrew cannot be in charge of the country much longer. I want my Jamaican people now to start move swift like this guy. Move swiftly to him like how you say Hurricane Melissa move swiftly to the island. He need to go because you cannot have a crisis in your society and the office in charge, you destroy it and assemble an unprofessional office. Because that's how we see him do right now. That is what we see him doing. And if I me like Richard Thomas, him can't get my service, you know. Nah, man. Me nah bow, me no want underneath your stinking arm. Your arm will stink of corruption. You can't draw me in the office of Prime Minister for your smell underneath your arm. Me want my independent officer, no office at all. This is what me I talk about with my Jamaican people. Stop make Andrew all this dragging around like on a bagaboo. You can't make a dunce guy have on all around the place. All and toss on all over the place like on nobody. Andrew a piece of shit, you know. Andrew a criminal. And if you have the brain, Lord, make him go on. Make him go on do him I do. Because if you put a man behind a steering wheel and send him down double race course, he must crash. Send him down spiritually, he must crash. Because I'm not going to know which gear for it to get the compression when he come off of the hill. So he's going to crash. Him good all put it in neutral. And it get up with him, go kill him. When you see Andrew Holmes a play him game, love him make him play him game. Don't follow him in the game thing. Because him couldn't get me to come be the man now where draft up a framework for Alvin Gale, you know. Alvin Gale would have to be capable for that. Because I'm already, you know, chastise the office for me that run and say it's waning. That means you know it's a underperform. And it's a drag down the government in terms of not delivering but collecting wages. And that's him I tell. So he must set it to him and set it. Yeah. The country already has a central point, you know, when it comes to emergency. Yeah. So all when Andrew talk about a garbage, Andrew put in things we already was there. But all Andrew do is change the face of the office and the title of the office. But at the same duty it go perform. And it can't perform another role. You cannot get an office no matter how you want, take it up, spin it round, and do anything with it. If it is there for the performance that ACPEM was charged with, then it have to come and do the same thing what ACPEM did I do.
Yeah.
It can't do nothing else. So why change the office? Why shake up the office to suit your narrative of not wanting checks and balance? That's what it is. Yeah? Because Andrew realized, you know, from long time Andrew want the catastrophe bond, you know, the 150 million, you know. That's why me as a certain thing wouldn't sign up for it as a government, you know. Because like, you know, based on the criteria surrounding that bond, your country have to get mashed up. So it's like would I invest in my country get mashed up? What would I do now is put that in a bond. Every year we put the same money in it, but we not really pay for it. Because right now Jamaica don't really benefit that much, you know. No. Because we have trillions of dollars what I repair for go on with. And we only get 150 million US. That is not even a tip in the bucket for the work we need to be done. You understand? And so Andrew Wallace now, rather than thinking of how I'm going to repair back the country and restore the country, he might worry about who the round him for oversee corruption. Because he want to chop the money, so you know, say a whole heap of infrastructure will mash up. Now get touch, you know. That did like Tribridge for how long, and people are suffer. I just so me know it a go. Because you see, if Andrew did want to move towards restoring back the island, we get affected, them areas there, you would have see the work go on. Yeah, you would have see the ground work, you know, well mobilized and people upon the ground and cleaning up operation in a full force. You would have see the JDF them out there, yeah, along with JCF member and civil society group, you would have see them out there. But what Andrew Wallace do, make it dead there was a sore eye. International community I see it, guy, know people are going to take video and post it, and then the aid will come in. And that game the Andrew play. Because when you look for what Andrew said in terms of the aid package we're going to offer to the constituency them, down in the area them were badly affected where the eye passed through. A 10 million Jamaican dollar I'm going to give the MP them for the constituency.
Crazy.
Some other places don't get what? 5 million. You understand? But Andrew only sell one little cheap fabricated house for 18 million upward for one house, you know. So oh, you're going to use 10 million now in the constituency them for the amount of houses we affected. The damage where we see. Eh? What 10 million can do? 10 million can't go nowhere, can't scratch the surface.
Can't.
Because you are sell one house for 18 million, you know. And the house where you sell for 18 million, remember, poor people, you build them for, you know. Poor people house, 18 million. But one constituency must absorb 10 million. And in some places, other places like St. Ann and, I mean, Clarendon and Manchester, where you say 5 million for them places there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, see that guy, you know, see that guy, garbage. You know, see the guy want to thief the money will come in. The guy want to thief the money will come in, you know.
Crazy.
And that Andrew assure everybody, you know.
Exactly.
So the money will come in. I Labour Party government money and him is in charge of it. That is why me I cry and I tell the people them so no hold on pan them thing the man.
Yeah.
Hold on pan the gift where come in.
Remember Melting Pot, him want to use some for local government election.
They wanna know where I do, man. That's why I mention the local government election already to people. Yeah. We know where I do. And you feel like we don't know where I do? We know where I do.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm broke, you know.
Early. Yeah.
Andrew broke, you know. Andrew broke the country using the election the other day. Because they have to steal the election by dropping off gifts all over the place. You see him all commission all a mobile unit where him say you're a prime minister and this is to reach the people. I don't see him use that same green bus there and reach the people all. No!
That's no joke.
That green bus where it is, Andrew. That nice the deck out green bus with all microwave and all them thing in it. Where it is. Because you say it, you have to use as the mobile unit, you know. So you see like how you done with the helicopter flyover thing. That mobile unit you're supposed to be on the road. Hey, people in Jamaica, don't stop make that garbage and play politics with them, man. And play gutter water politics with them, man. This guy had this trying life, you know. And because we have some little licky belly wap labor right them and run around and collect them little goodies bag and not care about them neighbor next door, you know. You understand?
Yes.
And not care about them family from around there so we support the next party, you know. Why this guy can allow to operate the way I operate for so long? This guy is one of the biggest criminals, you know. And me I tell you that if me have nothing to do with sentencing Andrew Wallace, you know. At the same amount of year, he might get life when no of them live fine, you know. 900 and, you know. Yes, man. Me have to fling the whole of the book at him. Me no want back Andrew Wallace in my society. Me have to find a place to put him in. A place of condemnation, me a put Andrew, you know. Yeah, man. And I mean him lock off from evening family. No visit. I one of the wickedest man this past to Jamaica, you know. We don't hear about Natty Morgan and Sandakan and all them man there, you know. Them man that can't rival with Andrew Holness. Oh, Natty Morgan and Sandakan for rival with Andrew Holness and them not kill the amount of people Andrew kill. Andrew kill off 7,000 people in the pandemic by calling a bogus general election. And why I say bogus? Him did bypass the local government election. He bypassed that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And call the general. Yeah, because I know the mood that was in the People's National Party at the time. Plus, him know the mood in the country as it relates to the pandemic. Yeah. So what him do? Him just whip up a storm around for him to garbage support of them. Fire them up and go out and steal an election once again. And come back, come thief the last one. And the fact of the matter say film seat no under judicial review. It tell you say him a criminal. So Andrew Wallace is a guy we forget to read him out of our society. I see this little thing where I create in our country. It need for mash down, you know. If me have nothing to do, all of them guys from the army, me run them way, you know. And charge them, you know. Yes, man, me have to charge them too. Me have to charge the whole of them for corruption. Because Rocky Mead know him not qualified for his job, you know. Alvin Gale knows him not qualified for the job. Gugu Gaga didn't know, that's why I'm run with gone, you know. You see him just come near my food and run gone. The position where Fitzbailey to get him knows him never qualified for it, you know. Him near my food and run gone too. Yeah. We see Nigel Clark near my food and run gone. So it has show you say even these people know say where them get themselves mixed up with Andrew Wallace. Them did have to take for themselves. Cause them realize that this guy is bad. Bad in a way that him is bad influence for them career. Remember the position and the spotlight where Andrew have Fitzbailey I use him in that, you know. Fitzbailey come under all type of pressure, you know. All type of pressure. Pressure from within society, pressure from within him church where him say him serve. He might have to leave and up at Turks and Caicos Island. Gugu Gaga Anderson have to leave because him couldn't even speak to even save himself in a basic school classroom. That's how dunce the guy was. And he was charged with the responsibility of speaking to Jamaica and speaking to Jamaican as their commissioner of police while the guy can't speak. And him take a battering from where the loan some of myself and Mystic and many more, Rattigan. Him take a battering. He was embarrassed and shame. He might have to run well leave the job. Run well left the job. Me have him now as ambassador somewhere. Yeah? Ambassador. A guy we can't speak. So no see say Andrew Wallace no want a brain around him, you know. And tough tongue the talk. Tough tongue the talk it. Him no want people who are bright around him.
No.
Because you go outshine him and you go ask him question and I'll show him say him wrong. This guy I go like so well then him are the ultimate. Me him use a word already I mean I have to make him know what it mean. Yeah? Him say him are the ultimate, you know. No, if you are the ultimate, that means you are the number one, you know. Yeah? Nobody can go around here and move you. Well, me know we don't have that in our country, you know. We don't have no dictator government, you know, so you can be moved. I mean, I said to my people, I mean, at time, you know, mobilize on yourself, you know. Yeah, because the shame and disgrace where the guy I bring down from Jamaica, you know. You can't imagine the country in a situation like this. But yet still, the mood from within the country and outside the country is around criminality and skullduggery as it relates to corruption and theft. And who at the center of that? Andrew Wallace, you know, and
Andrew
the party where him run. Yeah. I don't like the little people that going to loot the goods, you know. Andrew himself a loot the goods.
Boy, it's embarrassing.
We not talk about ghetto youth now, you know. Ghetto youth have to line up and humble themselves and hope them get something. And Andrew has steal the loot of the goods. And everybody know that worldwide. So we have a big problem in our country. Yeah. And what me have to know, yeah, but want everybody, you know, just look how Agpen was swiftly demolished and dismantled. And take that, yeah, and make it be a guide. Do not allow Andrew Holness and this kleptocratic government to come and balloon in an agency and draw the whole out and I'm armed in I'm office. We need to come out and stand up. On an office on a place of work should be independent as it used to be. You can't move going to this guy office. A conflict of interest. How you operate, how you function. If you are the management for your company, yeah, why you don't want to merge it with a company that is a rival where you're supposed to rival? Eh? Because checks and balances about rivalry, you know.
Exactly.
That simply means that means to say you are robbed, you know, I'm supposed to come out and come talk to you and make you know and go public with it, you know.
Exactly. You're perfectly right, Melting Pot.
So I'm a friend thing when it comes to checks and balance. But Andrew want friend thing. He want some yes man and some lackeys round him. That's why I use the army people because I say they take order. Yeah? As it relates to, you know, them now being military personnel. Them not give back chat. Them not ask the question. Them name do as you told. You understand? And that's Andrew one. So if Andrew said to them, say you up now, General Alvin Gale, I don't want not reach down a St. Elizabeth, you know. Alvin Gale now question Andrew ask him why, you know.
Go and follow instruction.
Him just follow instruction. So nothing will go to St. Elizabeth. Yeah, me just use St. Elizabeth as an example. I'm enough people, a logical thing me I tell you. I saw it go. This guy Alvin Gale will not question Andrew Holness one iota. Him just go carry out the instruction. So not now go reach St. Elizabeth. But we can't have it like that. While if you did have Adpen now no politically, you know, engraved, you know. Them are just work on a balance scale. No so well in all right. Don't have them places are the most badly affected place. And that's to forget the most of the resource. Because you have to prioritize that. Yeah. When we see Andrew them are do right now, you know, basically, you know, are places when I ravish, you know, I get the things them, you know. That's why it I go. The little thing where I move, I go to Andrew them supporters group. Yeah. And them no suffer. The place to mash up at St. Elizabeth.
Well, Melting Pot, the customers, the custom officers, they not get ravish, but them are thief the things them.
And them are steal, but them not get rubbish. Them house intact. Them warm. Exactly. Yeah, them not sleep out the door, you know. Exactly. Them not hungry, you know. You understand? Them not gonna experience the hurricane, but them not suffer from the hurricane. You understand? And them don't experience it to the velocity of the people them down in the west there. And southwest. You understand? No, but them are steal it. Yeah. The big boys, them, when the thing them are go pack up in them warehouse and them supermarket and them wholesale supply chain. Them not go through nothing, but them are go benefit. Andrew not go through nothing, but Andrew want benefit. You understand? Me no hear say one member of parliament lose them life, you know. Or nothing up to them property, you know. All of them are right. The people are dead and the people from the underprivileged community them. You understand? The people will just try to make ends meet. in a society, and them people get mashed up and lose them life. But them the goods coming out of the country for these people. But Andrew now want to use it now at his disposal and enrich himself off of it. And then send it out now and store it up now to have it to make goodies package for upcoming local government election. Because Andrew want back the municipal council, you know. He want them back.
Yeah.
He want back Spanish Town when our man Scott there. He want back Swaby. Yeah. We have KSMAC.
Exactly.
He want back all of them when him lose.
Because remember, it is the municipal that run the money, you know. Really and
exactly.
True. Yeah.
So him a go want them back. So what Andrew do? Andrew play politics with the donation we come in our country. Yeah, that's victimize the People's National Party support base. Yeah. Flood team base them. Have him little MP them all over the place. Cause me I go say it again, you know. If at least foot constituency, yeah, up in a St. Andrew there, round above Rocks and Cavaliers and them places the damage, she own their Trelawney. The law no see right the same way. Yeah. I would around there again with them. George Rang. I think a George Rang did there with them. Yeah, but him and nobody. You understand? So when we look for that now, it's a system where we not appreciate that system, yeah. Because I don't believe say a party supposed to use, you know, emergency relief items and not use it for a political gain. I think so the thing them supposed to out there and me not supposed to the amount of things when I see I come to Jamaica. My people them supposed to stop crying out and I worry about hungry and thirsty. Yeah. And I think about get back them life together. Yeah. Exactly. Me supposed to see the government I try to restore back the country and stop prioritize about gas station and hotel and airport and them thing there. Yes, them thing they're essential, yes. But it no more essential than the people and welfare. So you gonna move right across the board, because remember, you know, you get a whole heap of personnel, you know, we're coming in the country, you know, for help alongside your emergency team where you have, you know. Yeah. But your emergency team was seen just putting up some caution tape and light posts, and I use some power saw, cut up wood, and all these things. Yeah, we never see them. I go through the water, like the international journalists, them we are going to get the report them in the place when water up to the man foot. You understand? More than water, the man I go through. But I go through and I do a live coverage. I know where I go on and I bring the hurricane right into your living room. Yeah? By reporting accurately. We never see Andrew soldier them do that, you know. No, we never see that. We never see the police them do nothing. You understand? Where we see out there a PMP member of parliament, yeah, like Jess and Nikisha Burchell and you know the rest of them we see out there. You understand? Ian Niels, yeah, Dr. Dayton Campbell, yeah, we see Marky G out there, same way, yeah, and them people are non-existent, you know. Them people are report from what? Press conference. And tell lies so them can't land helicopter and all these things. Well, look, you see helicopter land at the same place where them say them can't land helicopter. Well, look, you see them at some community where, you know, see a light post blow down. You see the people them roof on and them are give out mattress and goodies bag. But the people them when I have nothing around them, but just out in the wilderness with young baby. Yeah. Them now get no mattress now no goodies bag. Not them people now get. So we just show the people them say, this is all about politics. Andrew using this now, Andrew clapping man. And say, yes, I get aid now for using at the campaign in the local upcoming government election. You understand? And I go use it. And that Andrew I say, but Andrew, we are pointing it out from now. Make the people them know. Yeah. Make sure no. We don't see none of these things around as a gift. When local government election campaign start, member, because we are going to know the thing them, you know. We are going to know them, man. And remember, you can't relabel them, you know. Because we know foreign goods. Yeah? Because your plan of action we have, you know, we can't allow you to orchestrate that, you know. You orchestrate too much garbage in our society. And you get through with them. Yeah, you have gag order. You know, sign code of conduct. Hey, you see you actually them, you know. You should have glad to me now how long a post that Jamaica where to put you away, you know. Because me I put you away and me I put away your entire family. Me no want not name holiness in my place. Not name holiness me no want in my community. Me I put away you, your son, them and your wife. Me I get rid of the holiness them. Because your son, them must can't talk to you and say, Daddy, where are the right now? Me embarrassed, you know. Because me is a holiness time when we go them and look for me like me a thief like you, you know. Your wife supposed to tell you. Yeah, but she one of the biggest woman criminal we have in our country. Juliet one of the biggest woman criminal Jamaica ever see. Yeah. And people are run around behind them nastiness there and like them as somebody. Where you looking on? You see what Juliet do, you know? Unbelievable. For a woman, Juliet have a guy like Edgerton Newman, where they known rapist round her and out gas voucher. She have another gunman pass away a criminal. Yeah. Illegal possession of firearm and robbery with intent. You understand? And Juliet, as a woman, have them two men around her. Yeah. The pastor one not somebody know. But the rapist one, where she know about, Edgerton Newman. Remember I met the paper, you know. So she can't say she don't know about him. No, me I tell Juliet this. Anywhere else in the world you're there. And any official news media see you round Edgerton Newman, you're gone. That's why me I say want to buy country Jamaica. Why we can't adapt these policies? Why we allow people like Juliet and Andrew to just do anything what they want to do? Yeah, and get away with it. Why? We're blind, so we can't see. We're dumb, so we can't talk. We're deaf, we no hear. Something wrong with my people, them. Because I know criminal don't hold long high official office. I know criminal go behind bars. That's how we certain know. Criminal end up behind bars. But you have a criminal who is the Speaker of the House. You have a criminal who is the Prime Minister. What can go so? What can go so, my Jamaican people? When are we going to take matters into our own hands? When? We have to use this now. This is the opportunity time now to move this guy. Because remember, you know, when you look and see the amount of things, you know, Pumbaa say over 300 cargo plane coming in. Over 300. That's how Pumbaa say. And remember, you know, thousands of tons what are goods that, you know. But yet still, the most affected places can't get nothing. Then, oh, you're going to have a guy like this now as the Prime Minister. You cannot have him. You cannot have this guy as the Prime Minister for the country. St. Elizabeth's, Westmoreland, St. James, and over, and them places are forced to get the relief. But it look like at them places last will get relief. What can go so? Mighty God, I yield back the floor.
Well, it like at them last go and get relief if them get. Well, let us show Jamaican people as it relates to another crisis, right? That is happening. And it is sad to say that we have a crisis on as it relates to our health situation, right? Because we have leptospirosis, right? Seems to be now surfacing, right? 2 persons died from that, right? As it relates to leptospirosis. So we are going to, anticipate might be much more, and that thing now start to spread as a result of, Andrew illness, right, showing his so-called care in terms of responding to the aftermath as it relates to Melissa. But look what is happening as it relates to the water table is rising in some of the parishes. Jamaica, this is not funny. Look on this. Now let us play that. Look at this, Jamaica, because this seems to be another serious concerns, that, we have to take in consideration as well. Yes, newspaper. All right. Here it is, Jamaica people. Rising water in Content, Manchester could take weeks to recede, right? WAR indicates, and that is speak. So you're going to have a lot of mosquito, a lot of, oh my God, it's just like the people are facing so much plagues. It just, unimaginable. The Water Resources Authority has indicated it is still unable to say when the rising groundwater in Content, Manchester will start receding, but is hoping that it will soon start to balance out before eventually receding. Let us go to the video and show our Jamaican people what they are talking about here, right? Look at this, Jamaican people. Let me take a little bite out of Jamaica Walk By, right? What he provided for us, and look for yourself what is happening. Serious.
Yeah. Oi. It's not normal. Yeah, massive. So trust me, it's been a great journey. We walk from one side of the lake, the sea, river, sunken city, you name it. And we make it through the journey. So big up to all the people that own them property here, where we trespass and walk through them property and get on the other side. You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell us that this is an emotional thing, because with so much millions worth of damages, people property, and I mean millions underwater, completely destroyed. Even one gas business there, you can see some of the gas pan them afloat. Some of them you can see full was in the water same way. So, boy, I mean, even know if I say, but big up to everybody who watch the video. I just want to say thank you so much to my general 10th floor. Big up to 10th floor anywhere you're there. And big up to all my members too as well. Big up to all my subscribers too as well. I just want to say art, I love, manners and respect, and continue watching videos with them on the journey.
Yes, those are the situations being unfolding. All right, let us get back now to Andrew Honest, right? Some things that, as it relates to Andrew Honest planning in terms of this aftermath, right, people, I want you to look at this. Now, listen to Andrew Honest as it relates to this particular clip, right? Let us bite into that. Let us listen to what he has to say here.
Your government has built out a comprehensive multi-layered disaster risk financing framework to ensure that we can respond quickly and effectively. We have the National Natural Disaster Risk Fund and the Contingency Fund, which we will use to start the relief and recovery process. Beyond these, there are additional layers of insurance protection that are triggered once specific impact thresholds are met, along with contingent credit facilities. The NWA, JDF, NSWMA, local governments, and our utilities are all prepared to reopen roads, restore access, and reinstate service to ensure a quick recovery. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security, supported by the JDF, is fully prepared to lead the humanitarian relief effort and the data gathering for damage assessment. Please play your part in having your identification and other documentation ready if you have to apply or register for relief. The Ministry of Agriculture is ready to offer support to our farmers and fishers to ensure that they are back out in the field as soon as possible. The Ministry of Health is making plans for major mosquito and other vector control initiatives immediately after the hurricane to avoid outbreaks of diseases, especially dengue.
Tell you something, this is crazy.
It's unbelievable.
No, this is just, beyond belief, right? No, let us just breathe in terms of what he just said there. This is his multi-layered disaster framework that he has. When we look on the corridor, right, of Melissa, I just show you a clip where many homes submerged. Hurricane Melissa, let me make the Prime Minister understand something. Hurricane Melissa, landfall to Jamaica, 185 miles per hour wind thrust, plus severe flooding. And you are telling people now to prepare with IDs so that they can get certain benefits. No, something, you know, you lick your head, Andrew Honest. Andrew, you lick your head. How many homes damaged, washout gone, ID gone? So then, okay, so what is going to happen to people who obviously during the crisis will have no ID? What is going to happen to them? They are not going to get any benefit. Are they not going to get any benefit? This is crazy. And you're going to tell me that, okay, all right, you really couldn't think of this, think through this before you come out and speak this? You're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. Now, look at the next plan, people. Now, I have to ask this question. If Andrew Honest strategically wanting to suffer Jamaican people, and so then Andrew Honest now, not only that is not delivering the aid on time and adequately and fairly, but he's now utilizing bureaucracy, you understand, to suppress the Jamaican people who are suffering. Right? Now, the fact of the matter, there have to be ways and means, right, where if you have a database in terms of farmers who need to be benefited, and these farmers who have been dealing with RADA or other places, right, and can be readily identified, right? There are those alternative means where if someone from RADA know them and recognize them that they are legitimate farmers, they need to get the benefit. But you have to put system in place, right, to make sure that original farmers, real farmers, right, are not put to the side, right, and not in receipt of any benefit. We understand that you have to be sure in terms of who you are giving the benefit to, right? They are real farmers, right, and they deserve the benefit. But it cannot be a mandatory system that if they don't have ID or certain things, they cannot be benefited. It has to be an alternative plan that if they're identified, you understand, they can also be allowed to re-register, right, and get the adequate benefit that they need to get. Now, let us get into the next plan of Andrew Honest. I want to look at these people. Unbelievable. Government exploring geotagging. Where Andrew Honest is going with this? Jamaica people move on to the cities, you know, for themselves, you know. So now I am wondering if Andrew Honest is executing controlled hardship.
Engineered hardship.
Right? Which is engineered hardship. I am wondering now if Andrew Honest now is executing that. Don't watch this now, people. Government exploring GIS geotagging to boost Hurricane Melissa response. It is not for boost Hurricane Melissa response. This is all about shaping, right, to make sure that their people, right, who voted for them get maximum benefit, and others.
So the JLP paying taxes.
Right, so it's, well, I don't know. It seems like it's only JLP paying taxes. But let us read into it, people. Now look at this. Hear what the Prime Minister is saying here. The government is exploring the use of geographic information system, right? Geotagging technology to enhance its ongoing response to Hurricane Melissa. Now, I find Andrew Warner's administration need to find people and deliver, you understand, the much needed, you understand, aid, you know. He must find time to do this. You understand, more bureaucracy, more red tapes, going through all of them something, yeah? You understand? What is this for? You get aid to give the people. All the people that need is help. Why all of this? Geographic information system, geotagging technology to enhance its ongoing response to Hurricane Melissa. So then, hold on, let me read into it. The solution was discussed during a stakeholder meeting with Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Warnes held at the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management at PEM in St. Andrew, right, on Wednesday. So that is why, you know, that is one of the reasons also your run got took up at PEM. What is going on with this man? Warnes noted that as the government continues to support impacted communities, the focus remains on ensuring a response that is efficient, data-driven. So you'll be collecting information, you'll be scrutinizing as it relates to, okay, all right, as it relates to how these people favor the government or they don't favor the government, right? And so then you want to make your political assessment and compassionate. Right? We should take opportunity to once and for all build a robust disaster management institution and infrastructure. So hold on there now, Andrew Warnes. So right here, so when Mystic Sensation and other channel come out and said you were not prepared, here is you admitting it. So you're saying you're not thinking. Here is you admitting it right in this paragraph. Hear what you're saying. Open quote. We should take the opportunity to once and for all build a robust disaster management institution and infrastructure. So you are saying that the system you have is vulnerable, is weak. Isn't that what you are saying, Andrew Warnes? Then, Andrew Warnes, if you know this, why did you go on this program and tell on CNN that you're fully equipped? You have multi-layered policies and plan. You're fully prepared, right? Prior to Hurricane Melissa, and after the aftermath, quick responses. Now, here in this paragraph, this is what you're saying now, Andrew Warnes. Because you see, you lose your focus. Because you're dealing with a different system now that you want to implement, right? And you want to find ways and means now to implement, and you don't even realize that you are rotting out by yourself. Here it is now, Andrew Warnes. We should take the opportunity to, once and for all, build a robust disaster management institution and infrastructure. You are now saying that Jamaica doesn't have a robust management institution and infrastructure. Then how are you telling people that you're prepared? How are you in the same breath saying that you have how much shelters, right? And they are fully equipped with food and water as according to Desmond McKenzie. So you throw everybody under the bus here. Andrew, honestly, you throw everybody under the bus. You understand? Because you want to do this, so you lose focus of the lies that you have been telling. Here it is, Prime Minister. What you are saying here, you're saying that the system is weak. Right? This is what you're saying. You're saying the system is weak. We should take the opportunity to, once and for all, build a robust disaster management institution and infrastructure so that we will always have full situational awareness, regardless of the type of disaster that occurs, he emphasized. So we're glad we hear this from you, Prime Minister, coming out of your mouth. But you said that you would rate your performance as A- with a weak system that you have, that you admit that the system is weak and vulnerable. The Prime Minister pointed out that achieving full situational awareness requires the deployment of appropriate technologies. Right? Take this away. Now, that's why, right, we allow you to catch yourself. We allow you, right, to catch yourself, right, as it relates to your own lies that you're selling. Now, let me remind Jamaica the position with you. Some people will say, Byron, don't go there. It's not the time for that. We are dealing with a kleptocratic government. We have to point him out. We have to call him out and show him history. So then let us get into it, honey, right? And show him his history. Who only seeks court ruling to invalidate IC. That's where we are going. Because we want to show Jamaica, right, that this man is indeed a criminal. Who only seeks court ruling to invalidate IC investigation report. October 1, 2024. We all know this. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has applied to the Supreme Court to have an Integrity Commission investigation report into his financial affairs rejected as unlawful, unfair, and premised on unconstitutional law. This is what the man wants to do with his own checks and balance system. I believe, open quote, that the tabling of the report was intended to embarrass and cause harm to me, and as such was made for an improper purpose and in bad faith to prejudice and harm me, he said. Now, you cannot explain your wealth, sir. Anybody want to hurt you? It is you who hurting the Jamaican citizen by stealing our tax monies. Now, adding that, it sought to impute criminal and unethical conduct to me and other applicants. Now, let me ask you a question. Criminal and ethical conduct to you? Was it ethical for you to join Cash Plus? Was it ethical for you to join Olint? You get benefit from Cash Plus. Investors lost their money. You benefit. You get benefit from Olint. Investors lost their money. You benefit. You get benefit from SSL. Investors lost their money. You benefit. As a matter of fact, Darrell Vaz is the person who managed several GLP accounts in SSL. Let me remind you that. You're talking about ethics. Don't speak ethics out of your mouth because you have lost your moral compass. Owner's application for permission to seek judicial review of actions of anti-corruption agency was filed on September 30. The report was released by the House of Representatives on September 17. He's seeking 21 orders, right, or declarations on 69 grounds. And judicial review allows the court to scrutinize processes used by a public authority to make decision. And we know how it went as it relates to this particular case. You understand? Where, of course, he has been exposed. Right here it is. The probe started in the 2021 income filing, but Stevenson said he flagged an unexplained growth of 1.9 million in owners declared asset of 2022. Right. Additionally, deposit or withdrawal transaction of 473 million and 427 million involving the named companies raised question issues around tax compliance and charity funds were also noted. Where you get this money from, Andrew Owens? Right? You spend, right, from 1997, you have been in politics, right, until now, and you have been now a billionaire, right? For persons who don't like it when we are talking about, we are going there. We are mixing up everything. We are showing people that he needs to be watched keenly as it relates to Hurricane Melissa and everything that he's collecting. So we are showing people his history, that never take our eyes off the ball. This is the reason why I'm going back there. Never us take the eyes off our ball, because this man is a criminal. What he had done with taxpayers' money, he will do it as it relates to the hurricane preparedness and the relief funds that we are getting. This is the reason, you understand, that I need to explain that we are going back, showing the background of this man. So we are not to take the eyes off the ball. Yes, we are dealing with the hurricane situation, but at the same time, we are pointing out the history of this man, that we need to be careful, dotting all the I's, cross all the T's, and make sure that we call him out and make sure that all the donations that we are receiving and insurance money, you understand, we have him. You understand? Every day, we beat that pan over his head, because obviously he's a 2-foot puss. Now let us get to the next final clip here on you. He's a 2-foot puss, and we have to continue to make him know that he's a 2-foot puss. Yes.
Andrew Holness is under investigations again pertaining corruption.
Burden when it comes to illicit enrichment.
Reverse burden? That sounds complicated.
It's not too bad. Usually it's innocent until proven guilty, right? Well, with illicit enrichment, it's flipped. The prosecution just has to show that you have more money than you should based on your income. Then it's your job to prove you got it legally.
So it's like, okay, you've got a yacht, but you make minimum wage. Explain that.
Exactly. And in this case, the Integrity Commission thinks Mr. Holness hasn't adequately explained his wealth, so they think the FID needs to investigate.
This is serious stuff. So what does this all mean for Mr. Holness? What are the potential consequences?
We could be talking criminal charges, big fines, even jail time.
Jail time. The Prime Minister.
It's possible, especially if those tax fraud allegations are true.
Wow. And even if he doesn't go to jail, this is a disaster for his reputation.
Absolutely. It raises serious questions about his judgment and his commitment to ethical conduct.
It's a good reminder that no one, not even a prime minister, is above the law. This whole situation reminds me of that other scandal with...
You know what? You're right. It does seem to fit a pattern.
Exactly. But we'll save that for another deep dive. Speaking of murky dealings, let's talk about that $50 million loan from Burita Investments Limited. That's where things get really interesting. So Burita Investments Limited, they're the ones who gave Imperium that massive loan, right? $50 million.
That's the one. And the report makes it seem like Burita may have bent the rules a little to make it happen.
Okay, give me the details. What did Burita do that has the Integrity Commission's attention?
Well, for one, they accepted a mortgage document for a property that, according to official records, isn't even owned by Imperium.
That's a pretty big oversight. What else?
It gets better. Apparently, they also approved the loan based on a verbal agreement with Mr. Holness. No paper trail, no formal documentation.
Now, I'm all for a good handshake deal, but not when you're talking about a $50 million loan to a company owned by the Prime Minister.
Exactly. And the Integrity Commission agrees. They're recommending that the Financial Services Commission, they regulate financial institutions in Jamaica, give Burita a thorough audit. They want to know if any laws were broken when they gave out that loan.
So now Burrito might be in trouble too.
It's possible. And it just goes to show you, this isn't just about one man's finances. This is a whole web of connections, powerful people, companies, even government agencies. Makes you wonder what else is out there.
It really highlights how important transparency and accountability are.
100%.
Yeah.
The Integrity Commission needs the power to investigate these things, to follow the money and hold people accountable.
Because if not, it's like anything goes.
Exactly. And people lose trust in the whole system.
It's a reminder that no one's above the law, right?
Absolutely not.
Expert speaker, this has been fascinating. Thank you for breaking it all down for us.
Anytime.
Why do you think I play that, my Jamaican people? Let me tell you why I play that. Let me tell you why I play that. This case is extremely serious. Serious against Andrew Holness. And let me tell you why. This particular case, as it relates to illicit enrichment, right? As it relates to the burden of proof that you have to take into court and to convict the Prime Minister if the Prime Minister end up in court. This is a case that you don't have to prove beyond reasonable doubt as it relates to the burden of proof. This is why it's very serious on Andrew Holness. If Andrew Holness goes any at all in the judiciary, he's going to be found guilty. I am not asking that question. If Andrew Holness goes any at all in the judiciary, he's going to be found guilty. As I said, the burden of proof that is going to be used is not beyond a reasonable doubt. The preponderance of guilt. Andrew Holness will have to explain his wealth in court. And if he can't explain it, he's going to be found guilty. That is the reason why I played it. To tell Jamaica that Andrew Holness will do everything to avoid get into the judiciary. Because he knows, Jamaican people, I am not asking him. I am telling him that if you goes into the judiciary, you are going to be found guilty. Right? And let me have Melting Pot close us out with that information being said. Melting Pot.
Yes, sir, Byrons. I mean, you touch on a few very important topics, as it relates to all the clip that we played in the last segment. We see the crisis on the ground, standing water, people play submerged, We know about the epidemic crisis we have in Jamaica, and we just want to say to the people, this is a result of the tardiness of the Andrew Holness-led administration. Why we now start to see outbreak in a leptospirosis. And we're going to see outbreak in dengue and cholera as well.
Yeah.
And we can't get away from the fact that these things gonna happen. Because this is what happens when you have situation like this and it's left unattended to over a period of time, and then the ramification is what you see happening now. Outbreak in epidemic and disease. All right. Point one. Point two. This geographic information system where the guy are coming with. And the geotagging. I want to ask Andrew Holness where am I go with this?
Exactly.
Where you go with this at this point in time, Andrew?
People need help matter about geotagging. What the frick?
I just say you want to utilize your resource. I think your resource would be centered around, the people, them life and restoration of them life and the country infrastructure. I never know that your framework now is for bringing geographic information system and geotagging and for build a robust management institution center. But then you talk to journalists, international journalists, And you tell them, say, your readiness is well in your hands. You're capable, you're going to restore back the country in less than 2 weeks. Yeah, but you don't have nothing in place. And we didn't know that. Yeah, so you can fool international journalists them from CNN, or you might think you can fool them, because them people are well adverse, you know. And them listen to it too. You understand? Don't feel like them don't listen to a mystic sensation and a Wayne Loan, some especially the Titans. Them tune in. Them know where I want. So them was laughing at you and you don't know. Yeah? All right. Now here's the big problem we have now. And this, you know, this is a long-standing issue with this guy. This guy, statutory declaration cannot be certified as far back as from 1998. Right? But I hear him make a statement in regards to where the Integrity Commission, you know, hold him and which part them have him. And I try to put some little waste argument up front. I went tell the people them this, yeah? Andrew Holness never have any issue with criminal and unethical practice when they better reap the spoil from all of the Ponzi scheme them. Like Cash Plus, Wallington, SSL. Yeah? He never have no problem with that, you know. The only time I have problem with it now when Integrity Commission now hold him in a corner now. He must cite these allegations. Yeah? So they are criminal and unethical. You understand? But when he made a reap the spoils, you know, from him ill-gotten gain, you know, him never seen a problem with the word criminal and unethical.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
Because if Andrew know these two words, he would have never pursued the journey when pursue in our country, to rip off the country. He would have behaved himself as well you hear Bruce Golden that tell him, say, if you run the place good and you have nothing to hide, you don't need to avoid checks and balance. Andrew want avoid checks and balance from all quarters. You understand? Andrew disrespect the laws of the land. No two ways about it. Because as politician, you must sign a code of conduct or how you go conduct yourself on behalf of the people and the country. And as a leader, you must lead by example. You must be the first one to sign. And you must ensure that all of your members them follow suit. But when you are the first one, yeah, to utter the utterance of not signing the code of conduct, yeah, and you pass that information on to your little cronies them, yeah, your minions them, and the whole of them run and follow suit with you, it paints a bad picture on the party and the leadership as well. And so, we did have to have checks and balance, you know. And one of the agents that is tasked with that responsibility is the Integrity Commission. Yeah? So somehow, somewhere down the line, time would have come upon you now, would have catch up with you, Andrew, when this would have to come to the public attention. Yeah? And you can ask no Supreme Court, yeah, to throw out nothing with the Integrity Commission upon you. You know that authority, you know, you might think you're the ultimate leader for the country, you're a piece of shit. You're not nobody, you're a criminal. You can't muzzle nobody in the justice system. Yeah. You don't feel like everybody a Siamese twin with Strike 5, you know. No, them separate from Strike 5. You could have used Strike 5 and Fitzbailey at your disposal to carry out a whole heap of hanky-panky business and some more other people. Yeah? But I know everybody will preside on the justice system in the country in a your foolishness right now. You have people who realize that them can't make a one man destroy the island. Them can't make a one man the face, the image of Jamaica. So people now wake up to the realization of how damaging your product is as a prime minister. And then your melting pot, I tell you several times, say, you are not prime minister material, and you're certainly not surplus to requirement. And the whole entire world has seen it, because you get things figured away. And what you do? You put in red tape on top of red tape on top of red tape on top of red tape.
That's what he's doing. Yeah.
No, I believe when we have them situation, I know. If you can have lots of life and building, you will have lots of documents. For sure. No, I know rather them. Yeah. Supposed to can get certain information from the farmers them that can give them the incentive to identify this farmer. Number one, I know a farmer must have a number within the RADA administration. Whether the number depend your ID, the RADA provide you or whatever. You must have an address. You understand? And you must have a name. So what happened? We can't go back to the olden days. How people used to identify in Jamaica before we have ID system. Oh, you see, the things I don't like, you know, is when people move and move too fast, you know, and forget the past. There must be system in place that can identify these people. Yeah. Exactly. And if you can't find it through these means, you must have some field officer where you're going, you know, make recommendation for me to the man that I'm plantation property. Because you want to get back the farmer them up and running, you know. Yeah? I mean, no, say, even the rather local office, them must know the farmer them. Them local office, them must can identify the farmer them and send the information onto the central RADA branch. The main one. You understand? But there must be some way of identifying these people and put them back to work. Because a man can't claim piece of land without you have the knowledge, you know. Because you must have that register. And you must know say the register in a John Brown name. So if him come and say name John Brown and them piece of land up there, so yeah, you look for it and you find it and you say, well, I him. All right. You take that information there. Yeah, and then you can advance the investigation on that for certification. To certify for him, you must can ask another farmer close by. Say, that piece of land next door, you're the one around the corner there. Or who farm that piece of land there? The man, I said John Brown. I just, oh, all right, I am then. Okay. All right. How you do your thing? So all these red tape where you say Andra put in is to slow up the process, keep the money around him, have the time I extend closer to the local government election, and then you don't need no ID when it come on to them time there. You know, you don't want to tell them, say, them you go vote for. You get everything what you want. This is what Andrew do. This is what Andrew doing. We were there now, November, December, January, February. It drew. 26th of February come a 2 year. At that time, the local government election run every 2 years, not every 4 years. Every 2 years. What Andrew them to do is bypass one and give themselves a free 2 year reign. This guy one of the most brutal criminal we ever seen in our society. Me say, Sandakan and Natty Morgan and all these criminals cannot add up to Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness surpassed them by a country mile. So, Andrew, we understand everything what you do. You can't fool certain people down there in the mainstream media and them not raise the heckle about you. You can't fool we. And we are going to heckle and we are going to jekyll. And we are going to burn you like hot kettle. Because we're not ramping you, know. You two stink. In your administration, all we see and smell is corruption. And you utilize so much strategy where you know, say, that manship you play with the country. You are the police, them now call you, sir. Yes, sir. Everybody about wanna worship you. Me want them to know say you're a piece of shit. Me no bow and worship criminal. And where you is concerned, you're a notorious criminal. You must be charged. You must be charged. Here the gentleman, earlier on we met that video there, we say he's a Labour supporter, and he might tell it as it is. Well, him said two things, and I know, and Byron know. I know Lonesome know, and I know Brother Rattigan know this. So when you go at Israel, you got Israel, go get your blueprint, yeah? And remember, at Israel and America run your head right now. And remember, say, people might ask a question and say, oh, Israel and America fear run the head. Yeah. Then just look on the relationship between Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu. A close relationship. Where America and Israel is concerned, them have a strong diplomatic relationship. So if you add Andrew Wallace in the mix, and the same mix you get, you understand? That's why I see him fly go down there, you know. That's why I'm go down there. Because I'm going to use the same formula where you see Benjamin use around there, so I'm holding people them and use it in Jamaica. You notice all now we are Israel now have a deal yet. We are Israel now have a deal, you know, in terms of government to government relationship, in terms of where you talk about trade or sport. Not even a science. We don't have nothing. So you ask the question where Andrew did go down the for? Where Andrew and Leachin did go to Israel for? And that you have to ask, you know. Because we don't see nothing develop from that visit in terms of developing Jamaica, you know. We don't see no job come from Israel, you know. We don't hear say Israel want 4,000 hour worker like how you say Jamaica want 200,000 Chinese worker, you know. Because that me say I go on. So that is a hush visit. But I know him go down there, go study how to run Jamaica as a dictator. Go collect the blueprint and the formula. Yeah? We know Trump and Ruby have him in them back pocket because I'm corrupted. Yeah, them not have to do too much with him. And just use him to enhance the CIA global image. You understand? And that them are using for in Jamaica, you know. To enhance CIA global image. Yeah? So we know. So Andrew Wallace can't come and tell we nothing. What we don't know. Because we have the spotlight on him and we shine it so often. You understand? But Andrew don't care. Because when Andrew realized, yeah, he moved the country far away from democracy and closer to dictatorship. And the people them just sit down quiet like some little wet rat and allow him to move the country like that. You understand? You can't allow him. We have to stop this nastiness in our place. Andrew Ole is a criminal and who don't want believe it. Who have a next guest coming. Because we have to wait till this man bring Jamaica, like how you say Sri Lanka did end up, you know. When not even gas them could have afford to run the country. And you know, so energy are one of the main resources to run the country. And that did happen to Sri Lanka. So it look like that to now wait for Andrew Wallace to Jamaica. Because Jamaica not far from that, you know. Right now, I tell you, say this thing here, we read Jamaica, to me is a bittersweet thing. Yeah? That's how I feel about it. Me bitter over the facts of my people them mash up, you know. Yeah? And lose them life, you know. It's sweet to me to see how much people still have affection and affinity with the island, you know, and sending things, you know.
So true.
But
so
my concern is the criminal who is in office as the Prime Minister right now, benefiting on the back of the suffering people in Jamaica. Because without the people and this gift not coming, nobody would send nothing to Andrew Wallace specifically. You understand? Not even US government won't give nothing. I just the love and care and the continuation of the diplomatic relation between the two countries. Why you say US give nothing? You understand? Them afraid I'm like puss. The entire international administration when it comes to government official, afraid of this guy. None of the man, them not even Trump have 28 bank account. Not even Donald Trump have the Trump empire. Don't have 28 bank account. You check Elon Musk and have that. I am going to tell you why. Elon Musk don't have to hide him wealth. Everybody see him get it. You understand? Them see him operate. Andrew have to do that. People don't ask themselves the question why Andrew too have 28 bank account. I remember it's 28 and counting. It's 28 and counting. The only reason why we use the 28 because that's why I'm stopped with the Integrity Commission. But more is there. Don't ask yourself why one man that carries one bank account. I become I do illicit enrichment. Why am I have smart bank account? One year how him get all the 50 million from Beretta. One year falsified document. This guy is an outrageous criminal. He must be reining. We can't have him continuing. Then where Jamaica will be the next 5 years from now. I remember the next 5 years wasn't projected first world period, you know, when the country will become the first world country. I go and tell you something, if this guy was staying up for another 2 years, mighty God help Jamaica. It's gone. It's gone. And it may sound funny, but it's true, it's gone. This guy cannot run the country. Him not have a clue. If you can mobilize a hurricane crisis in your country, then it shows you're not fit to be the man running the country. Because remember, you know, when you have these things, you get so much help. And you can't utilize the help. You know, Sister Andrew can't utilize the help. Because I'm a criminal, that's why I can't utilize it. You see him heart not clean, him not have no love, him not have no sympathy for the people in that country. Him not have no empathy. Yeah, him not work with the people in that solidarity. Him not feel nothing funny, you know. And you don't feel nothing for what happening in Jamaica to the people. Not even the labor rights them. So if them want to feel like say, him feel something for them. We have our next guest coming. The only reason why you see things are reach, you know, are because I'm happy to do it to keep the base and the labor supporters them happy. Yeah? And having no out there with a little nasty lying mouth but thanks to Michelle Charles and thanks to Andrew Wallace and thank the Labour Party. Thank the one of them from overseas. And them people I want to thank. Michelle Charles, Andrew Wallace, Colonel Charles Jr. None of them no go to nothing. If I them alone on a dead for hungry, you know, see not even the carcass them the man them want clear off of the land. Because them are left with their feet kill you know. And that Andrew and them administration I do. And uno can wake up and smell the coffee and see where I go on. Yeah. Right now, this need a demonstration in the country. This need a demonstration. I remember, you know, me not talk nothing about no violence and I incite no violence, you know. Me say this need a demonstration towards the Prime Minister and them cabinet members them. All my treat, you know. Yeah. Well, we demonstrate like how you see the Chinese and demonstrate today. Yeah. The international news agency them shine the spotlight on it. Because what it do, it will reinvigorate a new dilemma in Jamaica, not just Melissa. They are going to start talks so the people of Jamaica come out yeah, against the government and the angling of the Melissa relief program. And then now it's going to show him up more and put more heat underneath him. I can't move this guy like tomorrow morning. I serious enough to get serious. Serious enough to get serious. Storm the party headquarters. Storm Jamaica House. Storm all of the entities them out and on to go. 1 week what are this stop this nastiness? Yeah, because I'm not good for the country. I'm member people. CARICOM not like him. CARICOM does not like him. Trump does not like him either. The UK government not like him either. Because I'm bringing the Commonwealth into disrepute. Right now, Jamaica is a leading Commonwealth countries underperforming and bringing the Commonwealth countries into disrepute. The other state of Commonwealth, which is the king, don't like the guy behavior. Come and get too much report about this piece of shit. So if you don't heap up the fire underneath him can't get moved. Yeah, Andrew Wall is standing on God now a place for my bro God, my bro shit. With a bro devil. Him is nothing that good for the people of Jamaica. And we have to hold him accountable right now because him get everybody fed up in regards to his behavior. The way I treat the agency, them and the worker them within the agency. Unbelievable. The way I treat the common people them who suffer losses. Yeah, some people lost them family member. Most people lost them house, them property, them livelihood. And this guy are going like so when the things don't come, not even give the people them a uplifting of them mood. Not even that him no want change, you know. When we look and see the baby them out there, the little baby them, my God, them cold, now no way for shelter under. Them hungry, them thirsty, them not no water for bathe. And this guy up at Kingston, I go and like him, my Lord God Almighty in our country. At time for this piece of shit leave and the minions them around him to pack up and leave and the whole of them to get charged and go to prison. The Charles them for the behind bar from the daddy come right down to the nasty daughter when you're Michelle. Sniffy. The whole of them for go to prison, them are robbers. You see it, you know. You see Chinaman carry a whole stock load of thing go full up the man place, you know. I could never believe my eyes. A Chinaman said him and Sniffy are brethren. Brethren. Know where him live. Reason with him like how me and Byron and we know the reason. That is not something that happen overnight. That is a long-standing relationship. But who is this guy? This guy is the Minister of Labor. Who we have in our place of the labor, the Chinese them. So you know a collusion between both of them, you know, and kick back around, you know. And favor do your son, favor do over there, so you know. Cause him can give them work permit, you know. Yeah? And the Labour Party can give them everything what they want. And that now means they are taking away from my brothers and sisters in Jamaica. When I look and I see Chinese are below the whole of my place. But Chinese are not build out where me is concerned. Chinese cannot build nothing. Chinese infrastructures are weak. Yeah. Prefabricated stuff them build. It mashed down in a jiffy. And a one project we see them build in China and it tear down, collapse. And we see the same thing going on at Jamaica. See them come and build house there. Them build one estate named Edmond. You know, see how it look. A paper them there, cardboard. A cardboard them there. They're going to tell you where the interior make out of plasterboard. Plasterboard them use for the interior. It not a proper roof. You can't see it. But a newly constructed building, less than 5 year old. You understand? But you see the demise of it. And who at the cost of that? Andrew Willis and the whole of Chinese them when having at the place of work. At the expense of my Jamaican people. And my Jamaican people sit down and I love up this. Eh? When no other administration under the People's National Party never bother to know how to work in the country. We don't sit down and hug up this Andrew and this guy and them policy. I want to know Jamaican. Wake up! And I tell you again. I'm tired of telling you to wake up. Time to mobilize yourself into action. Get this guy out of the space of government. Get this guy where him rightfully belongs, behind bars, him and him wife. And many more of them who we know. Pumvas, Mama Cow, Crab, Hagging Tie. You name the list too long, me name one go through it, people. Yeah, because time I talk about them, you know. Upstairs, I forget mad, you know. And people might think I joke business, you know. I'm serious with it. Me not like even talk about them. But me have to talk about them. Because me have to highlight them to my people. And my people, yeah, spread the word to no other people. Because you have some people, you know, them blindfold them in Jamaica, you know. Them blindfold them. And what them use to conquer them on top of the blindfold is a little scandal bag where you hear Buju talk about. What them love, them little scandal bag. Yeah? You have a section of Jamaican people who want nothing to empower them, you know. Them want to run behind people and beg. Begging mentality. Yeah? Begging mentality. Them don't want nothing to empower them. Because for you to gain empowerment in your country, you know, your government have to put you to work so you can mobilize yourself through work and income, not by taking up a phone and keep begging people for things. This is the culture where Andrew Holness administration created in the last decade. And we see it right now, a play out. Jamaican people, if you ask them, would you like to go to work tomorrow morning or would you like a handout package? Them say the handout package. And the handout package, them I tell you, you know. Yeah, man. Because what? You give them food and them can eat for 2 days and cock up them food on them phone, them all right. Yeah, tomorrow when them hungry and the next day, them come back to you. I saw them want to live. And if you not give them take up the phone and them call diaspora. I saw them want to live. Them no want a economy. Yeah, we strive for them. Them no want a GDP that represent them in the way. Yeah, we sure so well then all right. Each of our citizens value a good amount of money. Because with GDP boosts and it has said this. Yeah. Them no want a society we show itself to be, you know, on par with the international community. Yeah, where corruption and crime is concerned. Because when you have a government like the Andrew Holness government, you know, who you know them are criminal, you know, they will always champion and advocate for criminality. This is why you see so much of them under investigation. And this is why the last time the Integrity Commission put out a bulletin, it said 34 members of civil society also under investigation, along with 12 politicians. So you see the mood of the country. We don't know the state of affairs in the country. And why? It's because we have Andrew Holness there for 10 years. Yeah? You roll back this 10 years and go back to when it started in 2016. Yeah? And pick up prior to that and see if you know see a different Jamaica. You do that, my people. Remember, we never have state killing. You know? Andrew Holness Administration Institute state killing. Remember, we never see a policeman them a lie against all video where I show what them do. And them still say no, them not do that. Remember, we not see all these things, you know. Remember, we see several high-profile murder take place in our country under this kleptocratic government. But they cannot be solved up till now. 9-year-old son get him throat cut in a present time mother. And she refused to hand over her mobile phone. But that I tell you some of my people. What that is saying, we see a man get gunshot and 20 at stabbing a man's house. There's no sign of breaking or forcing entrance. But them get the next man that is alive. Bed rest. And I know we can't hear nothing about that. But when we look close, the man affiliated to the Prime Minister, and we ask ourselves the question then how the country runs up. How the country running like this?
Crazy.
We have to ask ourselves the question, is this a society that we want for the future? Many people in the diaspora right now, remember them places are cold place, you know. A cold place. Yeah. A radiation heat me up here use now to keep warm. Me have to have it on. You understand? And we would like to come back to Jamaica to reside. Would I? No, not in the current scheme, that thing. I'd rather go to Afghanistan. I'd rather give my life to the Taliban, you know. Than make a nasty dislike control in the Senate. You mad? I'd rather can't go to Taliban. If we have a choice between Jamaica and the Taliban country right now, I'm going to Taliban. And it's a shame and a disgrace when me have to say that about my country. You understand? Because me is a man who is passionate about my country. We do a whole lot of investment in my country. You understand? From fishing boat to transport. People know that. You understand? And a joke business. Millions of dollars. Waste down of that. Turn me inside out towards the country. I would never go back there and invest a dime under this government here. So when me talk, me speak from a point of what? Knowledge. And my knowledge unassailable because I not tell no lie. Me know this country called Jamaica right now. All that it need is a change of government. And we need to bring some people like the guy where run the EOJ office. He must be brought in for investigation. That guy must be brought in for what? Investigation. If you're not investigating about nothing, you have to investigate about the ink. Mighty God. The amount of loosen what the guy create for people reap havoc with the general election, unbelievable. Him and Andrew make sure know them suppress the voters' rights by slowing up the process inside the polling station. Him have ink out them from overnight. Yeah. So when you take the people and vote and pay them feet with your money, them dip them finger and them go back at them place, them say them vote, them never vote. Them sell the vote. And remember them use a big nasty thinking washer girl from India. Yeah. A big old nasty prostitute from India. Where they in our place where I wash for Andrew. But one with Juliet can't wash. Or them can't buy a washing machine. You have to import a nasty prostitute from India to come wash for you, Andrew. Eh? And not only wash but manipulate the process as it relates to a democracy. Eh? Come suppress the election by tampering with the system, electronic system. Hey, let me tell you something, man. I would have taken a job down at Jamaica, you know. Because I'm serious, you know. The job of me want is to prosecute, you know. Yeah, because I have common sense. And that prosecution job that I want, you know. I may prosecute the whole of the Labour Party administration and the big nasty woman where them bring in from India and so many more PSOJ boy them. Me I prosecute them. Because I know them collude with Andrew Holness in all this garbage where you see go on in the country. Yeah. You have one there named Seaga. Me want him. Me want the boy Harding from the private sector. The one with on the tourist board. Me want him to, you know. And them boy they take with the beach land them. Andrew have to give them because them do other things to Andrew, so Andrew can't get back the beach land them. And next administration have to take them back because remember they was stolen from the people and given to them friend through backdoor deal, nepotism and cronyism. So a whole heap of things we have to fix in our little place. And we can't fix it with this kleptocratic government. We have to get rid of them.
All right.
And the time is now. And I yield back the floor, my brother.
Let them know, melting pot. Let them know, right? The man burning the fire, right? Spitting the truth. So I want to say, you come to the end of the night, and I just want wifey to just close us out, right, wifey?
Okay, guys. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Really appreciate the continued support. Thank you, Melting Pot. You blaze a lot of fire. A lot of fire.
I tell you, I'm glad Uncle Byron wake me up, Cause I tell you, me go drop asleep. Me a listen lonesome and drop asleep, brother.
You see?
The time when you call me, I say, yeah, go and call me. Can't believe the time run off so fast. But you know, I'm alone in the village, you know.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah, man, I'm alone in the village because me I tell you, boy, the wife, she don't at Jamaica and she leave and the Dominican Republic. Tomorrow she go back to Jamaica. And I'm gonna go spend a week, and things. So me alone there and I come in and do every little thing. I don't only watch lonesome and drop asleep now at sea, man. So when you call me, I say what
I get a shout.
You have to, brother. I don't like me have a second here. I swear it come on. But good to know me can come blaze the fire scheme because the fire need to blaze, and we have to stoke the fire every time we come on the show. We have to stoke the fire, brother.
Exactly.
You understand? If we don't do that, this guy will get with murder, man.
Yeah, man, we have to hold him accountable, man. We are not going to stop.
Okay, so blessings to everyone. Safe travel on the gravel. Until next time, one love.
Blessings.
I know why you come to me with that foolishness, You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right start that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.